Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
We are a church that gathers together, that builds up and reaches out. It grows together because we're all on a journey of faith. We don't slow down, give up, or rest. We don't stay within these walls. No, we pursue strategic impact in our world, in our communities, and it's not stopping anytime soon. So when we say we're a church that feels like family, we're not being exclusive. We're talking about you. At our church, you aren't just a number. We are for you. We are with you. You are invited to be a part of something bigger, something greater, something eternal, making a difference for the gospel alongside people who are for you. We aren't called to sit on the sidelines. We're called to join together to make Jesus known. Join us at Crossroads Church.
Please visit us at crossroadsbar.com for service times and locations.
If you're looking for the best pre-owned vehicles in Ontario, then stop by New Haven Auto Sales today and let my dad, Craig Underwood, the car guy, help you into the car, truck, or SUV that fits your lifestyle and budget. Hi, I'm Carter Underwood, and we specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles and unmatched customer service. We also pride ourselves in our competitive prices and variety of financing options. We're New Haven Auto Sales, 3690 Park Avenue West, Ontario. Visit newhavenautosales.com.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Good evening and welcome to Arlin Field in Mansfield. Tonight, it's week 11 and the opening round of the high school football playoffs in a matchup that's never happened before as Mansfield Senior and Onatrio collide on the gridiron. Welcome inside the Wendy's broadcast booth, everybody. Aaron Hines alongside my partner Erik Will. The Tygers check in tonight 8-2. They've had a great year. They're the number 5 seed here in Division III, Region 10. Ontario into the postseason. The Warriors are 6-4. They are the 12 seed. And Erik, it's hard to believe the schools. Everybody's been talking about how close they are. 5.8 miles apart. They've never met in football until tonight. Everybody's excited.
Well, everybody's excited. And Aaron, the reason they've never met before was because, I mean, even when I was a kid growing up in the 80s and 90s, I mean, Mansfield was a big-time D1 school, and Ontario was one of the smaller schools actually in the area at that time. So Ontario's growth has allowed this to happen. Think about this. Ontario and Mansfield are both in Division III. To me, that's crazy. But, man, how awesome is this tonight? 5.8 miles, two teams that are coming in on high notes. Ontario with a huge win last week against Shelby, at Shelby. Mansfield taking care of business over at StarTech Field over at Madison. And both are trying to make an imprint on this game and trying to, continue to propel themselves through this playoff push.
Well, Mansfield Senior, 124 years
Right.
of football. Ontario has been playing for 61 years. This is their only fourth ever
Right.
trip to the
Think
playoffs.
about that. Yeah, that's right. And here's the thing. Like I said, Mansfield just a name brand, but for Ontario, they're coming in here really excited to be upstarts. You know what I mean? Like, this is being played at Mansfield, obviously playing the OCC, and there's conference things even here with the MOAC playing the OCC, as far as even in this area, two of our bigger conferences. So leaving a little conference bragging rights on the line tonight.
And before we jump into each team and talk about some of the players, Mansfield Senior, if you are curious, they have played 19 total playoff games. And, of course, this is their fourth straight year making the playoffs, their 12th overall trip. They are 5-1 in the playoffs at home.
Oh, absolutely.
Only loss was last year to Parma Padua Francisco.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and that's for two reasons. One, if you're at home, that means you were the higher seed, which meant that you were probably a little bit more battle-tested throughout the year. The other thing is just going through your daily routine, your Friday routine, and being able to practice and play in your home facility, there's nothing like it. So Mansfield, feeling good here in the friendly confines.
Well, let's talk about Ontario. They have some really good football players, and we saw them a week ago
Yes, they do.
in their 35-28 comeback win over Shelby, and it starts with that two-headed monster at running back. When you talk about Drew Yetter, Chase Studer, that is a really good 1-2 punch.
Yes, it is, and we got to see it last week, Aaron, and you know what? Here's what I like about him. Chase Studer, 770 yards. Drew Yetter, 751 yards. Aaron, that's 1,500 yards between them, and they have 18 touchdowns.
9 each.
It is incredible how balanced they are, and they bring two completely different things. They're only two numbers apart at 24 and 26, but when you watch him play, Studer's a little bit more of a downhill running back, play behind his pads. Yetter can do that, but he's got a little bit more twitch and a little bit more explosion. And I know we're going to talk about Bodfin Miller.
The quarterback's been tremendous.
He's been fantastic, and I've really enjoyed his maturation process as a sophomore. Completing 61% of his passes, Aaron. 1,560 yards, 15 touchdowns. He's 2-1 on the touchdown to interception with only 7 interceptions. I thought last week he played lights out again. He managed the game well.
He ran well.
And he ran well. And he ran well against Lexington when we called him week 1. And then he's got a feathery touch. He's got a live arm. And then had the key play last week, that play-action pass, and threw that and hit the ball to his standout wide receiver.
Yep, Dylan Floyd.
And was able to beat Shelby over there at Whippet Athletic Complex. So, and then we got to talk about
your guy,
my favorite guy, Braylon Boone. Braylon Boone was unblockable last week. Solid offensive lineman as well. Defensively, they're going to need him tonight to wreak that same havoc and try to get after Duke Reese.
By the way, Braylon Boone, among the Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference, he leads, or he's in the top 10 in 4 of 5 categories.
Heck of a ball player.
Tackles, sacks, forced fumbles, recoveries. He has 6 blocks on the year, and he's 3rd in tackles with 60.
Yeah,
he's really been good.
And that's why we had to make him a key player. Obviously, working here with the OH report, people that are watching online can see, you have to account for 52. You got to know where he's at. If you don't, he's going to wreak havoc on your offense.
All right, we'll pause now for the playing of our national anthem. The national anthem from the Mansfield Senior Marching Band, and we are a couple minutes away from kickoff tonight. Mansfield Senior playing host to Ontario in the opening round of the high school football playoffs. Let's talk TY Tygers. Yes. They are under 13th-year head coach, and I believe birthday boy as well, right?
That's
Choky
right.
Bradley's birthday.
Choky Bradley's
I saw that
birthday.
somewhere
That's right.
today.
Happy birthday, Choke.
And I believe I was reading correctly from John Davis. His 90 wins are believed to
Yep.
be the most in school history.
Yeah, listen, Coach Bradley's done a phenomenal job. When I was growing up, I remember as a kid following him because he played at Mansfield, obviously. Great football player, played for the great Stan Jefferson.
That's right.
Who we all know, superintendent currently of Mansfield City Schools, and won't find a better human being than Stan.
Absolutely.
And Choky's carrying on that same legacy here, and maybe even taking it to the next level. He's a true TY Tiger. There's no doubt about that.
8-2 Mansfield Senior. Erik, let's talk about them. The
Yes.
running game with Ricky Mills. Of course, there's so many weapons at receiver, but you have to start with who they call Lamar the Star and Amar Davis. Those two guys really lead the way.
Amar Davis with 708 yards on 35 catches. Here's the key, 20 yards per catch. Aaron, that's got to be upwards even in the state of Ohio. And then he comes around with 7 touchdowns. Listen, if you're the TY Tigers, you have got to get Amar Davis the ball. I think he's the best athlete on the field tonight. And I love Ricky Davis. Or I love Ricky Mills. Sorry, Ricky, I'm going basketball now. I'm going Ricky Mills. Ricky Mills, they play him at linebacker. They play him at defensive end. They put him at fullback. He is an absolute stud. He's built low to the ground. He's kind of my first team all JYD junkyard dog, man.
Does everything.
He just gets it done. I love him to death. And then we can't go too far without bringing up Mekhi Bradley. Mekhi Bradley, once again, offensively, solid player, but we know him on the defensive side. Always around the football, always making plays, intercepting it, batted balls, tackles for loss, sacks. He has his imprint all over the game. The Mansfield Senior defense is always top notch. And that's Coach Adams. You got to give him so much credit on that side of the ball. This is going to be a dandy. There's no doubt about it because we got two teams that have never played each other that are 5.8 miles apart. Okay, you've got the upstarts from Ontario coming into Mansfield. Both of them have had slow starts. They really don't score in the first quarter.
Correct.
And so because of that, who's going to draw blood first? Who can get out to this lead? Because I'm curious to see, Ontario wants to run the football, and you brought this up, Aaron. Ontario wants to run the football, but who's consistently been able to run the football against the TY Tigers? And I know you got the stats to go with it.
I do. Ontario rushes for 212 a game. However, the senior high D allows 82 a game. Erik, that's a big, glaring difference.
Right. We were blessed. We were able to cover a lot of that state finals team at 19.
We just saw a guy.
We just saw Cam Todd. Cam Todd, great dude, comes on up here. He's obviously a player student at Ohio Dominican. Just a first-class guy, so it was great being able to catch up with him a little bit. But I'll tell you right now, Aaron, Mansfield's defense is always, in my opinion, it's the best in the area year in and year out. There's nobody that's got a better defense than Coach Adams' defense, and that's for two reasons. One, they understand what they're doing. They keep it simple. When I was growing up, my coaches used to say that it's the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. That was the idea, and that's what he does. He's going to mix up his coverages, play a lot of man, and then he's going to turn around and he's going to bring people. He's going to be gap responsible up front, and they're just so aggressive. Can Ontario match that aggression?
Tell you what, this place is hopping early, and Mansfield Senior won the toss. They have deferred. They will kick the football off. Sean Butt will put it away. Kick will be fielded across the 30-yard line. Not much of a return for Ontario. On the return that time, we saw him a week ago. You and I did Mason Van Tilburg, the sophomore. So here we go. Ontario will start at their own 31-yard line. The Warriors score 30 a game. They allow close to 28. Mansfield Senior scores 28 a game. They allow just 15 points per football game. By the way, 448 schools made the playoffs out of 712.
Right.
Top 16 in each region. And here we go. Bodpin Miller will hand the football off. It'll be a very short gain off the right side. Senior High was right there defensively. As
Leo Hess, man.
Chase Studer got out near the 33, but you mentioned Leo Hess and Senior High flew in defensively just a couple of yards on first down.
Well, and listen, what's interesting is Mansfield Senior's not going to blow you away with their size up front, but they're really quick. But their linebackers actually bring a lot of size, 210, 215, 218, and they move the ball. Aaron, they are so aggressive. If you give them a run read, they're coming downhill, man.
2nd and 8, Ontario, the ball at their own 33-yard line. 40 seconds into the game, we are scoreless. Bodpin Miller back to pass. He's going to throw one. Going to be intercepted. Keontae Bradley's going to take it to the house on a pick six. He read it from the secondary, intercepts the ball around the 40-yard line, and returns it to the house, and the Tiger D scores.
Hey, Aaron, what did I say, man? Mansfield's defense is legit, man. You don't mess with that Tiger D. He was baiting him. You could see him coming from his safety position. They just ran a go route with number one. Number two runs basically a 10-yard out. That safety came.
Bradley's going to
DNA all over the game.
It may have been around the 45-yard line on the interception. Watching the replay, Sean Putt for the point after. It is on the way. Just like Mill Iron Auto Parts, it is good. We'll take a break. Mansfield Senior 7, Ontario nothing. 11:07 left. Opening quarter. Back in a minute. You're listening to high school football on WMAN.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Was racing down, hoping maybe to get that, and they did not. Around the 31-yard line. Ontario will have the football, but man, was it close.
Yes, it was really close. I actually think Mansfield recovered it, but I think they didn't have possession inbounds.
Okay.
I think he literally grabbed it kind of right out. Man, they're lucky on that. So Ontario coming back. Now listen, you just got there was a gut punch there, Aaron, right? If you're Ontario, they were down 2 different times against Shelby last week by 2 scores. Just settle down and get back to your play calling.
Ontario will hand the football up. Right side, Chase Studer on the run. Keontae Bradley, who had the pick six, comes up. He'll get one of his legs and knock him down at around the 35-yard line. Line of scrimmage was the 31, so give him 4 on that carry. If you are just joining us, it was officially, according to John Davis, a 39-yard pick six. 39-yard pick six, according to John Davis. Around the 40-yard line is where he intercepted that ball, and Senior High has a 7-0 lead, 10.5 to play here in the opening quarter. Playoff opener. Handoff again to the running back, Studer. He'll work his way. He's going to have a home and kitchen supply first down across the 40 near the 42-yard line. And Chase Studer, the junior, a very strong kid.
Yes, he runs well behind his pads. And here, listen, I love this. Get back down to the run, right? So if you're Ontario, just get behind 24, get behind 26. So it's Studer and Yetter. Just that's what's gotten you this far. That's what's gotten you into the playoffs. So get behind them and diversify the way you're getting it to them. Run inside zone, run power, run counter. Keep Mansfield off balance.
1st and 10, Ontario. The ball at their own 43-yard line. 7-0 Mansfield Senior. Their offense hasn't seen the field. Their defense just scored. Ontario, a little confusion when they got to the line, and they have a false start penalty. Not what they want on this stingy Tiger D is to go the other direction with a penalty. They'll back them up 5 yards on a false start.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Aaron. I think that's a great point. I mean, listen, this defense is already uber aggressive. When you start playing behind the chains, it just, man, Mansfield, it allows them to play with their ears pinned back. Yeah.
That hill gets a little higher to climb.
It's really high. And, you know, they're just, man, I look at the movement that they get. You know, Ontario has to stay patient with the run game because they're going to have those no gains or, you know, losses, but you got to stay with it because Mansfield wants you to throw the ball. They're ball hawks out there in the secondary.
Here we go. 1st and 15 as they hand the football up. There is not much room to navigate. Did that ball come loose? It did. And Mansfield Senior says they have the football. They do. Mansfield Senior comes away with the fumble.
Yeah, and you can't do it, Aaron. I'm telling you right now, man. Mansfield is going to blow you off the field if you turn the ball. You can't do it. You can't stay behind the chains. You can't turn the ball over, especially giving touchdowns up on the turnovers and then turning it over in plus territory for Mansfield. They're too good, man. Listen, Mansfield has 2 losses. West Holmes, potentially a state Final Four team. Massillon, Washington, potentially a state championship team. Like, those are their 2 losses. Does anybody in the state have 2 better losses than Mansfield? Probably not.
And by the way, their defense actually played pretty well
in both of those
games. Ricky Mills credited with the fumble recovery. Mansfield Senior will start at the Ontario 39-yard line, 1st and 10. The man in motion, they go to pitch the ball. The man in motion was not looking for the ball. It's loose, but I believe the quarterback, Duke Reese will have it.
That's wrong. It should be incomplete.
You are correct.
Yes, it's an incomplete pass. Yes, because he pitches it forward. That should not be a fumble.
You are correct. The official on the far side is saying that is a forward pass.
Right.
The official to the near side was calling it a fumble, and now
it's a pitch.
We're going to get together here and probably call it incomplete.
Yes, and that's good officiating there because, listen, the referee can't see it from behind. He doesn't know if it was a handoff or not.
Correct.
Listen, people don't understand that. That's a quick way to get your quarterback some passing yards because you do like a little 1-foot shovel pass in front, and that's not rushing yards. That's passing yards.
I don't remember who the receiver was coming by, but he was not looking for the ball. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Senior High, the ball at the Ontario 39-yard line. 9:17 left, opening quarter, 7-0 TY Tigers. Nice crowd here at Arlin Field. Week 11, final Friday in October. Handoff, Ricky Mills, left side, good block, using his strength inside the 35. He'll rumble down near the 33-yard line. There's your boy, Ricky Mills, who has a dozen rushing
Friday.
Yeah, he's your short yardage guy, but like I said, coming in,
good
first team, all JYD, man, junkyard dog. I love him.
He does that, Erik.
He does everything. Well,
D-line, linebacker recovered the fumble.
I feel like we've been calling his name for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's one of those guys, like, he plays early and often because he's so darn good.
3rd down and close to 4 for Mansfield Senior. Handoff, Ricky Mills. He's going to have the first down. He'll rumble inside the 30 and down near the 27. Move those chains. Home and Kitchen Supply first down. And Ricky Mills with a couple of runs, and Senior High with a fresh set of downs. 8:37 left, opening quarter, 7-0 Mansfield Senior, 1st and 10. The football, as I mentioned, they got inside the 30. They'll have it at the Ontario 27-yard line. Winner of this game will play the winner of Cloverleaf, that is Lodi Cloverleaf and Defiance. That's the 4-13 matchup being played tonight up in Lodi. Mansfield Senior to the line, 1st and 10. Duke Reese going to attempt his second pass of the night.
He's got it.
Right corner got Nate Dismuke. He caught the football. Is he in? He's near the 1, out of bounds, inside the 1. Nate Dismuke, 26-yard throw and catch on the quarterback, Duke Reese, over that outside shoulder toward the right pylon.
Yeah, and here you go. And there's too much separation in the secondary, man. Duke Reese is just hanging out there throwing the ball. And you could see that there was 3 to 4 yards worth of separation between the DB and the receiver there. And obviously, Dismuke knows what to do with that thing, man.
Quarterback keeper, looks like they're going to hustle to the line. Duke Reese is in. He keeps it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Mansfield Senior on a 1-yard run off the left side. And the Tiger D and the Tiger O have scored.
I think it was 30 points the whole year, right, Aaron, in the first quarter?
Correct.
30 points for Mansfield Senior. They've already got 14. They've almost doubled that. They've matched it. You know what I mean? They've done half of that.
Right.
And, this is exactly what they wanted to do. Now, Ontario's got to do, they got to have this mindset of what they had last week against Shelby when they fell down by 2 scores.
Sean Putt on for the point after. Kick is on the way, and just like Mill Iron Auto Parts, it's good. A penalty marker is out. Hang on. Somebody moved for Mansfield Senior, I believe, so that kick will not count. Hang on.
Man.
It is false start on Mansfield Senior. Really the only thing that has not gone their way here in the first 5 minutes of the football game. And if you're Mansfield Senior, you're Chioke Bradley, you could not have had a better start.
Oh, absolutely. And listen, man, Mansfield's good. I don't want to, jinx Chioke here, but Man, they're as good as they want to be in this region, man.
This kick on the way. Sean Putt says no problem. It's up and good, just like Mill Iron Auto Parts. We'll take a break. 7:59 left, opening quarter. Mansfield Senior 14, Ontario nothing. Back in a minute. You're listening to high school football on WMAN.
If you're looking for the best pre-owned vehicles in Ontario, then stop by New Haven Auto Sales today and let my dad, Craig Underwood, the car guy, help you into the car, truck, or SUV that fits your lifestyle and budget. Hi, I'm Carter Underwood, and we specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles and unmatched customer service. We also pride ourselves in our competitive prices and variety of financing options. We're New Haven Auto Sales, 3690 Park Avenue West, Ontario. Visit newhavenoutosales.com.
I'm Travis Big League Berardi. Catch me every week with my Country Roads rankings. We'll go over the small school top 10 football schools here in the area.
Back at Arlin Field in Mansfield, 14-0 TY Tigers. The D and the O have scored. Ontario kickoff. Boy, the return man got drilled at the 40-yard line. Hopefully he's going to be okay. That was a big-time hit.
Yes, it was, man. Dude, I'm telling you, Mansfield is just playing, man. What did I say? That's Leo Hess right there. He's been a ball player. That's 5'10", 215 hitting you coming down full speed on kickoff, man. I'm just telling you, and the last time they almost got it. You know what I mean? Like they almost recovered it. Man, listen, this is the difference right now early. If you're Ontario, you have got to just take a breath. Right now, take this time. If you're Coach Eckert and that staff, just tell your guys, calm down. Let's just get back to what we do. We're going to run the football. O-line, we got to fire out. Listen, Mansfield is playing with a tremendous amount of momentum and confidence. You got to slow it down because if you don't, it's going to get out of hand really, really quick.
I mentioned earlier, point after up and good by Sean Putt, and it is a good idea to stop on by Mill Iron Auto Parts. Stay around 39 between Mansfield and Shelby, where you'll receive top dollar for your scrap vehicle. Mill Iron supporting local high school athletes. 7:55 left here in quarter number one. 14-0 Mansfield Senior with the lead over the Ontario Warriors. High school football here on WMAN each and every week. We are driven by the Buckeye Superstore. State Route 39 in Shelby, home of the Low Payment Kings. BuckeyeSuperstore.com. And good news, the Ontario player is up, and he is going to be able to head off the field. That is Mason Van Tilburg, who played very well, the sophomore, a week ago on kickoff returns in their comeback win over Shelby. And Erik, I think for high school kids, and maybe let's say you're Ontario, your first ever appearance in the playoffs, you're playing Mansfield Senior, you're so excited, and then all of a sudden you're down 14. You mentioned take that breath, because if you can go down here and score, you're right back.
And that's what they did against Shelby. Remember last week they were on the verge twice of kind of get things getting out of hand.
Ontario will hand the football off this time. Line of scrimmage 41, and Drew Yetter barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So virtually no game, maybe even a short loss.
Listen, man,
there's just no gap to run through with this defense.
And that's why, listen, when you can have size all you want, but can you attack gaps and play with quickness? And that's what Mansfield does. There's two ways to beat people, power or speed. And when you have both, it's even, you're even more you're even more difficult.
7:18 to play opening quarter, 14-0 Mansfield Senior, 2nd and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Handoff to the running back Yetter up the middle. He'll plow his way. Keontae Bradley came in with a big hit at around the 44. Actually noses the ball just shy of the 45. He's across the 44, so give him a good 3 yards, close to 4.
Yeah.
Setting up a 3rd and close to 7 here for Ontario. And one would think an obvious passing down.
Right.
But we'll see.
And this is where Mansfield gets you, because this is where they're going to bring the heat. You watch here, and they're going to bring
Lala Owens on the right side.
Yeah, they're going to bring it. And by the way, that's also about 6'5", about 205 pounds right there staring you in the face as well.
Yeah, and
225. That's 6'5", 225. I'd call a timeout too.
And they are. Aaron Eckert will burn a timeout. We'll keep it right here as Lala Owens just kept creeping closer and closer to the line, and Bodpin Miller, I think, was like thinking, okay, and the quarterback and the coach will call a timeout.
And here's why you're taking that timeout if you're Coach Eckert, and I like it. Get the play you want here because this is – I'm telling you,
this is a big spot in the game.
Yes, listen, I'm telling you, you're sitting there thinking, like, come on, man, there's 6:31 in the first quarter left. You don't understand. Mansfield's spitting fire right now. They're playing with they're at home, great crowd, playing a great crowd across the way, Ontario. Listen, if you don't think Mansfield wants to prove a point tonight in Richland County, I think you're misled.
I think
because they're Mansfield's wanting to prove a point. They're saying, listen, there's a reason you've never been able to play us before. We're going to show you why tonight. You can just tell Mansfield there's an extra juice in that step.
I would agree with that. There is an absolute extra step. Senior high on defense, Erik, you would use the word, they're flying around.
They are, man. And listen, when they get you in that third and long, what you're getting is either cover 1 or 0. So if you get the safety high, it's going to be cover 1. But they play man because they know they have better athletes than you. And then they bring dudes like Lala, and they bring them at you hard.
Bodpin Miller is going to take the snap. He's going to roll to the near side. He will be greeted by 5 orange jerseys, and he's drilled.
Yeah.
Aaron Thornton. You can go up and down the list. Samir Phillips, Makai Bradley, Ricky lost back at the 43-yard line. I'll tell you what, that defense, they feel like they're playing with an extra gear.
Yeah, absolutely. Aaron Thornton coming from his backer spot at just a measly 6'1", 210 pounds. Listen, man, you're not going to beat him with speed. Does that make sense, Aaron? You're not. You've got to run precision routes, and you've got to block really well at the point of attack.
5:50 left, opening quarter. Ontario's going to punt. They trail 14-0, and they will punt the ball away. It's Braxton Hall. He'll boot it away. It'll hit about the 24. It'll hop to Nate Dismuke. He'll spin around and go backwards. Good job on the Ontario special teams. They'll race down the field and tackle him. See where they spot him at around the 10-yard line. So terrific special teams.
Yep.
By the Ontario Warriors.
Yes, it was.
And so Mansfield Senior's offense has scored. The only time they've touched the football, they're 90 yards away from the end zone with 5:35 left. Here in the opening quarter, 14-0 Mansfield Senior. After the game, we'll select our Spitzer Motors game changer, whose hustle, whose effort changes tonight's game for his team. All courtesy of the good people right down West 4th Street to our left in Ontario, who love their high school sports. They've been handing out that game changer for years. And here we go, Erik. Mansfield Senior to the line, 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. In the gun, it's Duke Reese. He'll shovel it to his back on the right side across the 10-15, driving the pile. Zion Brown. Forward progress out near the 16-yard line. Erik, nice gain off the right.
Of his quarterback, Zion Brown, taking the ball, and he's your leading rusher with 602 yards, averaging nearly 5 yards a carry. He's kind of their scat back. He's the opposite of a Ricky Mills. Ricky Mills is going to get you downhill. He's going to get you on the edge.
2nd down and about 4. Penalty marker as Ontario came up to the line like they were going to blitz or try to make Mansfield Senior move, and somebody went into the neutral zone in Ontario, and they will give Mansfield Senior a home and kitchen supply 1st down.
Yes, there's your 1st down, and I think the backers got a little bit too antsy there. They were kind of faking their bitch, or their blitz, and kind of bouncing back and forth there in the neutral zone there. So you just, be patient there on your blitz. You want to time that thing up. But, Mansfield right now, if you're Ontario, they're playing man-to-man defense. So take that space away.
We'll talk about this in a moment. 1st and 10. Mansfield Senior at the 22-yard line. They're going to throw one down the seam, and the quarterback, Duke Reese, overthrows Keontae Bradley. He had him. A little more air under that, or maybe he waits a touch longer, and that is a long touchdown pass, but it's incomplete at around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, listen, Keontae Bradley there is 6'3", nearly 200 pounds.
He can fly.
Yes, he can, running against someone who's 5'10", 160. So you got a 4 or 5 inch difference there. When you're playing man, that's what you do. You're taking a big play potential if you're Ontario defensively.
One of the keys for Aaron Eckert, don't give up the big play. 2nd and 10, handoff, Zion Brown across the 20. He'll be tackled across the 25 out near the 27-yard line. Good job on the tackle that time. It was Drew Barnes, the senior linebacker. If he doesn't get him. That may have been a big one.
Yes, absolutely. That's the old power play there, the backside guard wrapped around. If Drew Barnes does not make that tackle, Aaron, it's a touchdown, I can guarantee you. So that's a touchdown-saving tackle. It's a great job by your linebacker. Good job there by the Ontario linebacker, Drew Barnes, making that play.
3rd and 5, Mansfield Senior at their own 27-yard line. They lead 14-0 opening quarter, 4:05 to play here against Ontario. Duke Reed's going to roll out, going to throw it up. Lala Owens goes up and grabs it out of midair. He'll roll to midfield and be tackled in Ontario territory at the 49-yard line. That is 6'5", just grabbing it as the quarterback was rolling out. The pressure was on. He
Lala Owens, 6'3", 225, just ran a little bit of a crossing route there.
Duke got hit when he threw it.
And that's exactly where you throw that ball. Listen, man, you're telling Braylon Wilson you're not going to go up and grab that thing for my 6'5" guy. And I'll tell you what, Braylon Boone gave Duke Reese his pleasantries as well. Man, that was a pretty nice hit there off from the defensive end.
First down at the Ontario 49-yard line. Handoff to the running back. This is Isaiah Darson up the middle. Makes a man miss. Inside the 35, 30. Goes left side. Inside the 20. 15 gets a block. 10, 5. End zone. 49 yards on, a nifty run by the sophomore, Isaiah Darson.
Isaiah Darson. Hey, maybe this is it. Listen, that's another name we're going to hear about the next 2 years, Aaron. I can guarantee it. Listen, Mansfield Senior opened up a hole that the bus could have driven through. That was unbelievable. I don't even know if anybody got an actual hand on him until the very end.
What the move he made.
Yeah, that was a great move. And then in secondary, he peels out, kind of cuts back left, and then made the safety do almost a baseball turn there. So, man, great job. Mansfield Senior dialing this offense up. I was curious offensively what they would have to do or what they would even need to do. They pushed all the right numbers on offensively, defensively. They're on point tonight, man.
We'll talk about Isaiah Darson as the kick is on the way, and just like Mill Iron Auto Parts, it is good. We'll keep it right here. 3:26 to play, opening quarter. 21-0 Mansfield Senior on the 49-yard touchdown run by sophomore Isaiah Darson. If you missed any of our broadcasts earlier this year, defensive coordinator Sean Adams tells me multiple times this season, sophomore Isaiah Darson is the best tackler on this football team.
Yeah,
listen,
and
that's a big compliment.
That's a huge compliment, especially because the fact he's a sophomore and then he comes out and plays a little running back up. Really, he's kind of your third running back behind Ricky Mills and
Zion Brown.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with the focus that I'm seeing from Mansfield tonight. You can tell they're on a mission.
I mean, they're dialed in.
On a mission. Yeah, they are absolutely dialed in. And, man, this is one of those games where there's not going to be enough adjectives because, I'm even just looking at the genetics here, man. Keontae's Bradley, 6'3", Lala, 6'5", Duke Reese, 6'4", and we haven't even talked about the best player on the field athletically, Amar Davis. Amar Davis is the best. He is the twitchiest, best athlete on the field. So if you're Ontario here, once again, you still got more than three quarters left. You got to make sure you get back to that ground game.
Ontario would love to get on the board on this possession. 21-0 Mansfield Senior. Sean Putt will kick the football, caught in midair at the 25-yard line, return just across the 35 out near the 36-yard line. Chase Stauffer, the junior, who plays defensive back on special teams, returned that football. A little over 10 yards on the return. 3:20 left. Again, opening quarter, 21-0 Mansfield Senior. After the game, we'll select who made a heck of a play, and we have seen a handful already from Mansfield Senior. We'll hand out some free pizza from the Heck Law Offices and Giannino's Pizzeria. Jeff Heck, Jeff Stifler, they're from here. They live here. They're here to help at HeckLawOffices.com.
Well, here we go. We saw this formation a lot against Shelby this week.
3 backs in the backfield with a quarterback. Bodpin Miller, they will hand it off to Chase Studer, and he will bull his way out near the 39-yard line. Isaiah also in on the stop for Mansfield Senior. I saw Kevin McDowell was in there as well. A couple of guys will stop him. They'll put it on the 40-yard line. So 40-yard gain on first down. And Erik, I don't think you ever want to say in a high school game or any game for that matter, in the first quarter, it's a must score. You feel like this drive that Ontario needs points.
Absolutely. Listen, because Ontario also isn't explosive. You know what I
Handoff,
mean?
and they will go nowhere at the 40-yard line. The back just got ate up in the backfield right
Picked up a
away.
yard there, yeah. It's just this is one of those games that Ontario's DNA isn't big plays, and you're not going to start off by getting big plays against Mansfield. Listen, last week you were able to see or if you're an Ontario fan, you watched Ontario really control Shelby at the line of scrimmage. You're not going to do that against this defense. This is the best defense in Richland County.
Lala Owens made that tackle. He came off the corner,
Right.
was engaged with a blocker, Erik, and
Right.
just threw him off and went and tackled
Right.
the running back.
Right.
Third down, 6 yards to go. No gain there, Ontario. The ball at their own 40-yard line. They will hand it off. Chase Studer. Good nifty move up the middle. Breaks a tackle. 45. He's got a Holman Kitchen supply. First down out near the 47-yard line. They moved the chains for the second time tonight, and a big third down run for Chase Studer.
Chase Studer, man, you need a nice run behind that O-line to get. Listen, if nothing else, just keep that defense off the field and just continue to move those chains. So Ontario's got a guy down here, looks like an O-lineman.
We'll keep it right here with 1:55 left here in the opening quarter. 21-0. Mansfield Senior over Ontario, opening round of the high school football playoffs tonight from the Wendy's broadcast booth. Aaron Hines and Erik Will teaming up tonight with our good friends at the OH Report. We're in good hands. Jory is at the controls.
That's right. Jory, take care of us. She's awesome, man.
So that means no work for us because she's at the controls. She does a great job.
Hey, tasty breadsticks as well, man. It is National Breadstick Day. Is this correct? National Breadstick Day.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's.
However,
how awesome!
However, you were served here chicken,
oh my god,
pasta salad. There was carrot cake.
Jory ate a little bit as well. Do you have any of the chicken? Didn't eat the chicken. She's a health nut. No, but the chicken. Listen, Mansfield, you take care.
They always deliver, right?
Always deliver. Jake Furr was up here from the Mansfield News Journal, and he said that he's like, "Can you smell that?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I peeled it back, and I'm like, "That's chicken, Jake." So we were both, to say we were happy, I mean, it was going to take plastic surgery to remove the smiles off our face.
You were fed well, and that's what matters.
That's right. Jake Furr, he doesn't care if I say this. Jake Furr literally says, I think the schools from here on out that I'm picking are going to be the places that provide the best hospitality suite. I love it.
Well, Mansfield is one of the best. And by the way, you're in one of the best stadiums in the state.
Yes, it is beautiful.
Here at Arlin Field. All right, we are ready to go. Clock running, 1:40 left here in the opening quarter. Bodpin Miller is going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. He'll run near midfield, but there's a wall of senior high players on the near side. Isaiah Darson, one of the first guys to greet him. Aaron was in there. Also, a name I called a little bit earlier in on the stop in Kevin McDowell, Erik. Kevin McDowell is a 6'1", 270-pound freshman.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good-looking player. For him to be playing in this game shows you that Coach Adams and Coach Bradley obviously have a lot of trust in his ability. I want to see Bodpin Miller make a play here. He's a good enough athlete to put his imprint on this game. He's a heck of a ball player.
1 minute left, opening quarter, 2nd and 9 from the 49. Handoff to the running back, and he is just ate up right away. Ricky Mills came knifing in to grab Drew Yetter. A 1-yard gain, and Drew Yetter no more than had the ball, and Ricky Mills was on his back.
Right, yeah, exactly right. Yetter actually picked up almost 2 yards, yard and a half on his own there, because you're right, Ricky Mills had him around the waist, and so now we're in that now you're throwing on Mansfield's on their terms, right? So we got a 3rd and 8. This is where Mansfield makes their hay here. They're playing cover 1, so you're getting man with free safety help over top, and then just dudes coming.
4 wide receivers back to pass. He will go down. He'll be sacked. Flying in to take him down on a tremendous play was nose tackle Samir Phillips, 6'1", 240, the junior, with 7 seconds left in the opening quarter, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Senior High's defense with an exclamation point to end quarter number 1. After 1, Mansfield Senior 21, Ontario nothing. Back in a minute. You're listening to high school football on WMAN.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Back at Arlin Field as we start the second quarter, and a punt, and a good one's going to roll down the field. Ontario needs this inside the 5, and they will down it near the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. They're going to put it at the 2. So Ontario with a boot, and they pin Mansfield Senior deep. Braxton Hall, who is their punter, he's their top wide receiver, by the way. If you don't know, he's had a great year.
He's an athlete.
Wide receiver, good basketball player as well. Senior High with 98 yards in front of them. By the way, as we're just underway in the second quarter, Erik, 124 yards for Mansfield Senior opening quarter, just 32 for the Ontario Warriors.
Yeah, and we're coming in as well, and Shelby's down 21-0 to West Holmes as well. So the OCC's up 42-0 over the MOAC right now.
Yeah, 21-0 here, Mansfield Senior. 11:45 left here in the second quarter. Hand off. We'll go to the running back right up the middle. They're just trying to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. That's Ricky Mills right up the middle across the 5 and out near the 7-yard line. So about 5 yards on first down for senior Ricky Mills, who again leads this team in touchdowns with 12. And Erik, he plays. How many guys star on defense and star on offense? I mean,
yeah, he's a great ball
really
player,
good.
Man. He is. He's really, really good. I like Mansfield's approach here.
2nd and 5 from the 7. Duke Reese going to sling one to the left.
Got him.
Going to be caught over the shoulder. Keontez Bradley and a touchdown-saving tackle at the Ontario 40-yard line. Terrific play by Quentin Frankhouse, the junior DB. He pulled him down at the 40-yard line. Otherwise, that had touchdown written all over it, but a heck of a throw from Duke Reese over the shoulder to Keontez Bradley.
Listen, man, that's a big-time target at 6'3", and I feel bad for the defensive coordinator at Ontario because, man, you put your DB on an island with these receivers, you're just asking for it, but I also know you got to load the box because if you don't, they're going to run all day on you.
Just under 11 to play. Opening quarter, the opening half. Second quarter, they'll pitch it. Ricky Mills inside the 30, 20, and knocked out of bounds. Inside the 15-yard line, stepped out about somewhere, 13-yard line, Holman Kitchen Supply run. Ricky Mills with a couple of nice runs. And Senior High is knocking on that door one more time. Great block off the right side. I want to tell you what.
Just look at the hole, though. That's what I'm saying. Aaron, you and I could run through that, literally. And, I mean, we're slow, out-of-shape, middle-aged men, and I'm telling you,
we're in our
we
40s,
could run
right?
through that. That's right.
By the way, that was Isaiah Davis, 6'3", 315 on the right side of that line. He opened a hole. Mansfield Senior will get the football on the ground. Ricky Mills will put his head down and roll down near the 10, give him 3 yards. So Senior High near the 10-yard line.
Oh, man, I think Ricky Mills missed that one, man. He cuts it back, did a good job, still picked up a couple yards. But, man, if he'd have stayed outside on that, he might have scored, Aaron.
All right, so Mansfield Senior, 10-15 to play, second quarter. They lead 21-0. They have the ball. Second down, and they have it at the 10-yard line after a 3-yard gain. Handoff, Zion Brown right side, and Braylon Boone grabbed him from behind and will take him down for a short loss. Braylon Boone read that baby beautifully.
Yes, he did. Braylon Boone did a great job, had help out there with his corner, Braylon Wilson as well. And that was much needed just to give a little bit of confidence to your defense because almost every play seems to be major positive yards for Mansfield. So here we are. We're sitting at a 3rd and 8, Aaron. So, you're at least making Mansfield make some type of a coaching decision here on what they're going to do. Remember, you got Putt, who's one of the best kickers in the area, too.
That's right. 3rd and 8 from the Ontario 11-yard line. Back to pass. Duke Reese going to sling one to Lala Owens, right corner of the end zone. It is incomplete. There was a defender over there in Quentin Frankhouse. It'll be incomplete. And 4th and 8. Will we see Sean Putt? Yes, we will. Here comes number 88.
On that pass there, if you're Duke Reese, put a little touch on that. Yeah, because Lala Owens is 6'5".
He can go get it.
Yes, let him go get that because he was already working to the back corner of the end zone. That's one of those ones you want touch to just put over the top of him. So Duke will get that. His quarterback coach and head coach will kind of be on him about that because those are little things that you can do. They're going to be difference makers moving forward.
28-yard field goal attempt. The kick is on the way, and just like Mill Iron Auto Parts, it is good from 28 yards out. Sean Putt. We'll take a break. 9:19 left until halftime. 24-0 Mansfield Senior over Ontario. Back in a minute. You're listening to high school football on WMAN.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
And see how good you have it or how good you can get it. Better coverage, rates, get a free locator. What you're trying to do yeah.
9:19 left until halftime. Mansfield Senior with a 24-0 lead.
Love it.
After Sean Putt booted a 28-yard field goal. His kickoff was touched before it went out of bounds, so Ontario will have it at their own 31-yard line. And Erik, while we have just a quick second, how great is it if you're Chioke Bradley, you have an elite defense, your offense has been running and throwing it well, and oh, by the way, you got a great kicker.
Yeah, he's one of the better kickers in the area. I mean, Aaron, I don't know if I've seen him miss a field goal. We've covered this our third game, and
not while we've been here.
No, he's very consistent.
Maybe that's the recipe.
Oh my goodness!
Handoff to the running back Yetter. He is drilled and he is met by Makai Bradley for a 1-yard loss. It was a brick wall named Makai Bradley that Yetter ran into.
Yeah, Makai Bradley coming in. By the way, at a measly 6 foot 240, read that perfectly. You know why? Because he followed his guard. He's been coached well. Because Coach Adams and that defense do things the right way.
And his father.
So, yes, absolutely. And when that thing comes around, he's just sitting there. And I'm telling you, man, you don't want to meet that dude in an alley. That's all I'm saying. That's a big dude.
Makai Bradley is their leading tackler. Back to pass on 2nd and 11. Botman Miller's going to run. Going to be grabbed by Lala Owens. He'll get a couple of yards across the 30. Actually out near the 34. For progress close to 40 yards. But tell you what, Ontario tonight with 8:29 left until halftime. They trail 24-0. Erik, they haven't had many plays where there were multiple orange jerseys in their face.
No, listen, I want to make this very clear. Number one, the OCC is a great conference. So you're playing the top two teams tonight as far as MOAC. You know, Shelby got in at 5-5. They're playing West Holmes. By the way, nobody wants that draw. Nobody wants that draw. And then if you're Ontario, you're coming in here, you're trying to be an upstart. And Mansfield's just flat out athletic, fast, and big.
3rd and 7. Back to pass.
He got it.
Penalty marker comes out. The pass is going to be intercepted by Ricky Mills at the 28-yard line.
Yes,
Ricky Mills scooped that baby off the turf.
What a play. Aaron, he's got a defensive end. He's the left defensive end, and he intercepts that ball.
Will it stand, or was somebody offsides? There was a penalty marker that came out right when the ball was snapped. Ricky Mills, they were intended for Chase Studer.
I mean, it's an unbelievable play.
Pressure was all over Botman Miller and Mansfield Senior's defense.
I'm telling you right now.
And they have the interception.
Yeah, listen, there's a large tub of blood and there are sharks all over the water. I'm telling you, man, Mansfield, have you seen them play this fast this year?
No.
Ontario looks like
they've been good.
Yeah,
but they're everywhere tonight.
Ontario looks like a giraffe in quicksand. Messing around with Wile E. Coyote. I'm serious.
That will stand.
I can't believe it. How does it look at this defensive end? Look at it. Wraps around, plays it. Boom. Great interception there by by
Ricky
Ricky
Mills.
Mills. Lala making his presence known on the which speeds up the. They're trying to run a screen and it gets intercepted. I mean, how often does that happen?
Penalty on Ontario, so it is declined in Mansfield Senior with an interception at the 28-yard line of Ontario. 7:54 left until halftime. They lead 24-0. Back to pass. Quick pass right side is going to be caught. And for the first time tonight, hello, Amar Davis.
I love it. I love it. There he is.
You mentioned their best athlete. The first time we call his name is in the second quarter, and they lead 24-0.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. You got to love it when you haven't had to feature him this yet. But, man, Mansfield's defense is so freaking good. I'm serious, Aaron. I just when I watch them play, because I'm a defensive guy by trade, and I love it. And then when you see what 2 different times Mansfield has started the ball in plus territory because of turnovers.
1 yard gain on that pass. They'll fake the run to Zion Brown. Duke Reese with a nifty move right side. Penalty marker comes out. He breaks a tackle inside the 20, 15-10, and he'll be tackled at the 9-yard line. We'll sort out the penalty, but Duke Reese with an incredible move.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, one of the things that you like about this team is Duke Reese has ran the football really well in the second half of the year. He's thrown the ball really well. It's like another weapon's opened up.
Well, you're seeing his maturation process because you're seeing him becoming more and more comfortable with the offense. And as the offense becomes more and more complicated, we have a block in the back?
We have a block in the back. It will not stand.
So it's going to go back, which is fine, but we're talking about Reese Davis's, Duke Reese's, geez, I'll get it right eventually. Duke Reese's ability to run the football here. He's just so elusive, and you didn't know that coming in because last year as a sophomore, he never did that. You know what I mean? Even when he would come in and pinch hit, you didn't see the running and the athletic ability. And now you're seeing that.
It's another
dimension.
Yeah.
Listen, Aaron, the worst thing for a defensive coordinator is an athletic quarterback.
And Mansfield Senior has weapons galore on offense and defense. Back to pass. Reese gets hit, throws one. It's going to sail over his receiver on the 5-yard line, incomplete. He had Keontae Bradley back there, but there was heat in the face of Duke Reese. I didn't see who got in there, but he got hit right when he was unloading that football.
So they're running a little play action. They run the jet motion. They fake the jet sweep, and then they try to hit the backside skinny post there. But because pressure's coming right in the face there off the edge, he kind of overshoot that. That was almost more of a throwaway self-preservation to avoid the sack.
Under 7 to play until halftime. 6:50 to be exact. Mansfield Senior 24. Ontario nothing. The Tiger D has scored. They scored on second or third play of the game and returned it for a touchdown. Mansfield Senior will take a timeout. We will keep it right here. Again, 24-0. They will have it 3rd and 22. The ball is at the Ontario 40-yard line. You can check all the scores from Football Friday night.
Yes, sir.
And log on to our website, WMANFM.com. It's the North Central State College High School Football Scoreboard. NC State, where the quality is high, the tuition is low, and you don't have to leave home to go far. And if you check out our website, while we have a moment, let's give you some updated scores from other playoff games around the area. 35-0 West Holmes over Shelby in the second quarter. Crestview leads Wayne Trey 17-0 second quarter. Also, we could share with you tonight, Galleon trails second quarter to Bellevue 20-3 in a close one at the Colt Corral. Clear Fork 14 and Upper Sandusky 6. Lucas trails second quarter at Toronto. That's near the West Virginia border, 14-7. Loudonville on top of Rock Hill, 14-7 second quarter. Fredericktown trailing Eastwood 28-7 in the second quarter. South Central is trailing as well early in their football game. Toledo Central Catholic 28, Ashland 0. That is in the first quarter. Hillsdale leading Conotton Valley 28-0 in the first quarter. Back to action here.
Oh, boy.
Duke Reese will throw it near side. Caught. That's Amar Davis. That's that old boy. And he will make a man miss inside the 30, and he'll be tackled at around the 27-yard line. Good job.
That's how you take 15 yards off of that second down or that third down and 22.
Quentin Frankhouse and also others in on the stop. Chase Stauffer.
I almost want him to kick it here, and I want to see how far Putt can kick. I wonder if I could get a hold of Chokey and just say, hey, coach, go ahead and kick this because I want to see.
Well, this would be one of those games.
Yeah, I think he is kicking. No, he's not. Never mind.
No, he's just sending in la.
Yeah. And I know why he's not.
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic. But, I mean, I would like to see him kick a 45-yard.
I was going to say, I feel like he could get it there.
Absolutely.
4th and 9, Mansfield Senior from the 27-yard line of Ontario. He'll throw a fastball. Amar Davis makes the catch, spins, and goes down the sideline and into the end zone. Amar Davis caught it around the 15, did a spin move, and darted into the end zone by defenders from 27 yards out.
Yes.
Mansfield Senior putting up a first-half statement, 30-0.
No, listen, I want to make this very clear. If Amar Davis does not have a scholarship, college coaches, let's go, is 6 foot, 185 pounds of straight twitch. I'm telling you, he's the best player on the field.
And he's just a junior.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Remember that.
I'm telling you right now, that kid can play for any MAC school in the state of Ohio. Guarantee it.
Sean Putt out for the point after. He tells Erik, well, I can make it from anywhere. He boots it. It's good all the way up the hill. And the extra point is good, just like Mill Iron Auto Parts. 31-0, Mansfield Senior, 5:52 to play here in quarter number 2. By the way,
statement.
The winner of this game will play the winner of Cloverleaf and Defiance. And right now it's Defiance 21, Cloverleaf 7.
Wow.
First quarter.
Is that at Cloverleaf?
That is at Cloverleaf. Yeah. If Defiance wins that game and Mansfield Senior hangs on, that game would be here at Arlin Field. If Lodi would rally to win, if Mansfield Senior is able to hang on, then that game would be up in Lodi. Same thing for Ontario.
Right.
I believe they would be on the road either place.
Yeah, either place. I'm pretty sure. Yes, correct. Because this is a 5 and a 5 and a 12.
This is 5 and a 12. Well, I'll tell you what, Defiance is the 13th. So if Ontario came back, they could host a playoff game next week. But that hill, Erik, that hill is a long way to climb.
Right.
Down 31-0. Sean Putt will boot the football.
Right.
Be caught by Dylan Floyd inside the 30. And there's just nowhere to go. Guys everywhere in orange jerseys. Leo Hess, who starts at linebacker on special teams, flying down the field, making the tackle. In Mansfield Seniors, offense, defense, special teams in high gear here in the first 2 quarters.
Well, and it's funny because we're seeing things pour in on the OH report. Fans are asking quite, like, why are these 2 teams playing? I'll tell you why they're playing, because there's 16 teams in the playoff. This is what you get when you have a 16-team playoff. You get matchups like this. You no longer have that 1 through 8. You're now playing 1 is playing 16, and you work your way down. So this is a 5 and a 12, and so listen. Mansfield Senior on a normal year, we're an 18. They're on the road today. They're not even at home.
You are correct. They are the 5. Ontario will start the football. They will pitch the ball to Drew Yetter, and Leo Hess, who just made the tackle on special teams, will chase him down for a loss back inside. Mansfield Senior's defense, Erik, if they play like this, you feel they can play with anybody in this region.
Oh, no doubt. I told you that coming in. I kind of alluded to that very early in the first quarter. This is an open region. I watched Perkins kind of handle Tiffin Columbia. Perkins Division 4, Region 14, which I think is a great region. But I'm telling you, Mansfield, if they're going to play like this, they can play with anybody in that region, man.
Pass, it's going to be nearly intercepted. It's caught. Caught by Dylan Floyd. It went over Giante O'Brien's hand. There was Lala Owens, and flying in was Keontae Bradley. Floyd somehow caught it at the 30-yard line for a 10-yard gain and all kinds of traffic.
Chokey wasn't happy. Chokey was literally standing out by the official like, that should have been an interception. He was expecting his corner to come up and snatch that one away there. He was expecting,
he dropped that one over the shoulder.
Giante O'Brien, I think he was trying to get on that. Nice play by Ontario, though. You gave yourself a manageable 3rd and 1 here. So let's get behind your pads. Let's go ahead and get this yard.
4:32 to play until halftime.
Oh, my God.
Handoff, and Makai Bradley slams the running back inside the 25. Excuse me, inside the 35. They'll give him forward progress to the 6-yard line. Makai Bradley flexes the muscles, and boy, has he been big tonight.
Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're number 81 there, if you're Adam Kern, you're 5'10", 200 pounds, you're playing tight end. You have a guy like Bradley coming from his linebacker position at 240. That's what a scholarship football player looks like. He just filled that hole and ate that back up. That's exactly why you're seeing the difference between the offensive and defensive lines. And I shouldn't even say this, the offensive line in the front 7 of Mansfield. I can guarantee this, Ontario has played nobody as good as Mansfield this year.
That's a 3-yard loss. Ontario will have to punt the football away on 4th and 4. Braxton Hall will put it away. It'll actually go between the legs of Keontae Bradley. Wanted to return it, but 2 guys for Ontario were there in special teams. It'll roll inside the 35, and they'll touch it at the 30-yard line. So Mansfield Senior, who's been really good in all 3 phases of the game, they lead 31-0 here in Ontario at Arlin Field with 3:36 to play until halftime. High school football on WMAN, driven by the Buckeye Superstore, State Route 39 in Shelby, home of the Low Payment Kings. BuckeyeSuperstore.com. Tigers with 4 wide receivers, 2 stacked on each side, and somebody moved. And was it on the D? Yes, it was.
Yeah, Hensley jumped in the neutral zone there, 5'11", 265, just got a little antsy. You just get the feeling now, so now it's 1st and 5. Mansfield they're just kind of calling whatever they want right now. You know what I mean? Like they're feeling that confident with, their ability to have success on any play call.
We'll give you the yards in a moment. Quick pass on 1st and 5. Keontae Bradley, right side. Penalty marker will come out maybe on Lala Owens,
yeah, it is,
who is trying to have a block. Keontae Bradley across the 40. He'll be tackled at the 44, but it looks like that's going to go on Lala Owens. And Erik, the difference in yards is pretty staggering right now.
Yeah, we got 252 to 37. And part of that is because Mansfield's had a pick 6 and 2 starts inside the 40.
Otherwise, they'd be over 300
Yes,
yards.
they'd be well over 300. So here we go. That's going to kick them back 10 yards. So now we're at 1st and 15. But Mansfield's just been able to even 3rd long, Aaron, for Mansfield has not been a problem today. So if you're Ontario, just listen, go to the next play. Continue to go to the next play. Try to see if you can get the next positive thing to happen if you're Ontario. Just continue to play hard because, listen, Mansfield's going to play hard. So this can get as bad as you want it to get, or you can continue to fight. And I know Coach Eckert with that culture, he's going to have these guys fighting all the way to the end.
By the way, Coach Tioki Bradley leading 31-0 at halftime. To me, he's coaching, talking to his son like it's 0-0. Look at that energy from him.
Every coach will tell you, listen, whether you're Coach Eckert or whether you're Coach Bradley, you don't coach the scoreboard. You're coaching this play right now. What's the execution? You need 100% effort, and execution has to be on point.
Very evident right now, watching Coach Bradley on the sideline. So big penalty on Mansfield Senior, 1st and 13. Now they'll hand it off to Zion Brown, who will work his way up the field for about 3 to the 30-yard line.
Man.
And we have under 3 to play until halftime. Again, 31-0 is the lead for Mansfield Senior. By the way, we hand out that iHeartRadio Athlete of the Week each week. It's made possible by the Neil Cady Insurance Agency of Ashland and Norwalk, and Emerald Awards and Engraving makes our great plaques. Sean Putt won our award. I gave him his plaque tonight. He broke a school record, 4 field goals in one game the last time we were here.
Boy.
Duke Reese back to pass, going to throw a home run ball to Amar Davis. It hung up, and it hit him in the hands, maybe even the face mask. Couldn't bring it down inside the 35 or the 34-yard line. Incomplete. It hung up forever.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he almost put too much air on that one. And then Amar Davis kind of got himself turned around. Great job by the corner, though, staying on top there. That's a great job there by the Ontario. Yeah, Frankhouse actually did a really nice job there. So we got to pump him up because, listen, there aren't too many people that can keep Amar Davis even semi in check. But you're right. I think it actually went off his face mask.
Yes, it just hung up there forever.
Yeah.
And it was like a center fielder waiting for it to come down. 2:30 left until halftime. If you are just joining us, all TY Tigers, 31-0 Mansfield Senior on top of Ontario. Second quarter, back to pass. Duke Reese going to step up, going to throw one a little bit too much on it. He had Amar Davis trying to cut down the seam, but he'll overthrow him by a good 15 yards. It'll hit inside the 20. Amar was at about the 25 or 35. Right. Incomplete. 4th and 10 coming up for Mansfield Senior, and they will do something now, I would assume, that they haven't done tonight, and that's punt the football.
No, yeah, I was getting ready to say we're going to get to see the punter here. I'm kind of excited to see this.
Now, Lala Owens was their punter earlier in the year. It looks like Makai Bradley's back there to punt. Makai Bradley has been big time on defense here tonight. He has had
see that leg here.
By the way, he has had multiple TFLs, tackles for loss, tonight. He leads them on the year. I'll give you the stat in just a moment. He'll get the snap, punt, and over end will hit at about the 45-yard line of Ontario and just neatly hop out of bounds on an angle at the 40-yard line. Not a bad punt right on the 40-yard line. And I mentioned Mekhi Bradley entering this game, leads the team in tackles with 83, sacks with 6, second in TFLs with 16. He's got multiple there. Oh, you'll like this stat. Mansfield Senior has 17 sacks as a team, but what's really impressive entering tonight, 72 tackles for loss.
That is unbelievable. You said that's a career stat, right? That's his career stat?
No, that's the team.
Okay, the team this year. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Bradley.
I don't have we would like to get those from John Davis.
But I mean, think about that. 72 tackles for losses in essentially 10 games. I mean, that is a stupid number. Yeah. 7.2 per game.
I was going to say, you're getting close to 10 per game. Back to pass on 1st and 10.
There's nobody there.
Bodpin Miller will roll to the near side. Nobody home, as you mentioned. He'll throw it out of bounds into the sideline. Leo Hess, I'll tell you what, Bodpin Miller, as soon as he drops back, there are guys coming. He doesn't have time to even step up. He's got to get out of there.
Listen, one of our keys to the game was just this. I mean, can Ontario's offensive line hold up? And kind of coming in, I had a feeling. We've seen both teams. See, Aaron, we have the benefit of we really get to see almost every team in the area.
Yeah, we do.
Multiple times normally. And I had a feeling that this is what we were going to see tonight, because Mansfield Senior is extremely aggressive and physical.
2:05 to play until halftime.
Got him.
To pass, and Ricky Mills will sack Bodpin Miller. The ball is out. The Warriors' offensive line. Somebody recovered it at around the 26-yard line. Ricky Mills with a sack. The ball came out. 1:50 to play until halftime. 31-0 Mansfield Senior, and Coach Chioke Bradley will run out onto the field and burn a timeout.
Absolutely.
Sean Adams with a high five for Ricky Mills. He's loving his defense. And by the way, you, in my mind, may not meet a more passionate guy about his D than that guy, Sean Adams.
You should be. Listen, defensive coordinators are not painters, okay? I just want to make that clear. Offensive coordinators are Hawaiian shirts and flip-flop guys. I'm just telling you. I've coached this game a long time. Defensive coordinators are analytic, emotional guys.
And Sean Adams is emotional.
Yeah, and I was too when I was at DC. You cannot play defense without a controlled emotional response. And if you're not going to coach with passion and get fired up and chest bump and high five and go nuts, you're playing the wrong side of the football. Does that make sense? So when I got a guy, if I have a guy like Ricky Mills, I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to be honored in our team meetings because that dude is a big dog, and you let the big dogs eat. Unblockable tonight, man.
Ricky Mills, Mekhi Bradley have starred on defense. Oh, by the way, Keontae Bradley had a pick 6, and so many other guys have been involved. 3rd and 24, Ontario. They'll bring Chase Studer in motion. He'll get the football. He'll run left side, far side across the 35, and he will be tackled right there. Aaron Thornton ran him down from the D line.
Right.
And Chioke Bradley will take a timeout with 1:39 left until halftime. 31-0 Mansfield Senior. It's now 4th and 12. Remember, it was 3rd and 24. It was a great run. He gets half of it back, but it's 4th and 12, Ontario. The ball is at their own 36-yard line. Mansfield Senior with 1:39 to go until the break, leading 31-0. Going to try to get that football back and score one more time.
Listen, man, Ontario has 19 carries for 23 yards. 1 for 4 in the pass game for 33. Listen, Mansfield Senior's offense, it's been good tonight. It's been good. Their defense is the story, man. Yeah. Man, that defense is good. I love watching it because you know how I am as far as defense goes. I enjoy watching a defensive dominating effort. Everybody now wants, they love the offense and the 55 points and all that. Listen, I don't have a problem with that. But when I watch a team that lines up, they're gap responsible, they communicate, they're ball hawks in the secondary, they're getting the TFLs, I'll watch that any day of the week. You know what? I actually enjoy watching Iowa.
Yeah.
You know why? Because Iowa plays elite defense. It's a shame they got that offense.
Yeah, that offense struggled. Absolutely. Ontario will punt the football away, and the return man, Nate, I believe it was Nate Dismuke, back there. Ball came loose. I think he got it back, but hang on. I thought he got it back. The ball came out. Ontario says they have it. What are the officials going to say?
Yeah.
They say Ontario football.
Wow.
And
he
that
must have
side,
ripped that out.
Yeah, and that side is erupting. I thought when the ball went off the hand of Nate Dismuke.
Yeah. I thought he got
it back.
Yeah, he must not have secured it, though. Good for Ontario, man. Hey, listen, it's the guy that comes out with it. Good job. That's a great job, man. Rip that thing out. Show me down. Shelby down 49-0. There's still 6 minutes to go until half, Aaron.
31-0 here. It has not been a good night so far for MOAC versus OCC.
Woo.
And I'll tell you what, Ontario's going to try to score here. Mansfield Senior, you know that defense wants a goose egg. Ontario 1st and 10. Bodman Miller's going to load up, going to throw a pass. Left side, intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone by Mansfield Senior. And Amar the Star Davis with an interception in the end zone goes up and third takeaway for that defense.
Amar Davis, man, just doing what he does. That's you know that. I'm coming in. There are two guys that I spot shadow. I love Ricky Mills, and I love Amar Davis. Amar Davis being a ball hawk. Listen, I'm just going to tell you, like I said it earlier, and I'm going to say it again. Ontario has not played anybody. I would say in the last 5 years they haven't played anybody that plays the defense and plays the ball and plays up front like Mansfield does. And so because of that, they're coming in seeing something that they're just not accustomed to. Now, if I'm Mansfield here, you got a minute 23. You don't have to go deep here. Get the ball to your athletes in space and let them go.
1:23 to play until halftime. They'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. Quick pass. It'll go to Keontae Bradley across the 20-25, and he'll be wrestled out of bounds right there at around the 25-yard line. So a 5-yard gain. Clock will stop. 1:16 to play until halftime. It'll now be 2nd down, 5 yards to go. Senior High, the ball at the 25 of Mansfield Senior. 31-0 Tigers here. If you are just joining us, 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Quarterback, Reese in the pistol. Back to pass. Good protection. He'll step up. He'll throw it far side. Oh, Keontae Bradley almost was like he was going to catch it and turn to look up the field and the football at about the 29-yard line. I think he was hoping, Erik, to catch it, find a seam, and go. It's incomplete.
Listen, they're so concerned about Yak, the yards after catch, that he just threw that one down. He saw Studer coming out of the corner of his eye, and he wanted to work back into the middle of the field after running that little speed out, about a 5-yard speed out. So now they're looking at this 3rd and 6.
All right, you mentioned 3rd and 6. It was only 4 yards on that throw and catch from their own 24-yard line. Reese is going to throw one, and he overthrows Amar Davis, who is headed down the field. But second time he's overthrown him by about 10 yards. Yeah. He was at midfield. That ball hit inside the 40 of Ontario. Yeah. It'll bring up 4th down and 6 yards to go for Senior High at their own 24-yard line. 1:05 to play until halftime. 31-0 Senior High, and they're going to punt the football. So Ontario is going to have another chance.
Yeah, and here's the thing. We have doused Mansfield with love. On that specific series, on that play, you're running the skinny post. Duke Reese has got to do a better job of settling his feet and getting that, because his receiver's open. You got to put it right on him.
Makai Bradley's second punt, and this one will hang up. Fair catch, and then the return man will step away. Dugan, he'll let it hit. It'll roll sideways. Ricky Mills was trying to use his hand to
fan that.
He was trying to fan that ball and usher it further up the field.
Yeah,
it will hit at the 47-yard line of Ontario. So they have pretty decent field position. 51 seconds to play until halftime. 31-0. Mansfield Senior on top, and Ontario will come out now with the football.
Yeah, here we go. And really, Mansfield, you almost feel like you could put them on the 10-yard line. It wouldn't matter. Scoring's just tough, man.
Bodman Miller back to pass. Pressure's coming. Makai Bradley got him by the leg and will take him down at the 45-yard line. They'll give him forward progress on the tumble. Back to the line is the 47, but another tackle behind the line for Makai Bradley.
Aaron, I thought he was going to get out of that. I thought that was going to be a 20, 25, 30-yard run right there for Bodman Miller. I really did. Just unbelievably surprised by that, man. How about Bradley getting the shoelace tackle there?
21 seconds to play until halftime. Bodman Miller back to pass. Pressure's coming. He's got a little time rolling left side. Pressure on. He's going to step up, and he'll be hit into the sideline or knocked into the sideline. I'll tell you what, good job. Ricky Mills ran him out of bounds. Samir Phillips on the far side, and pretty much a 1-yard gain. I thought it may have been a no gain. They'll give him 1 yard to the 48-yard line, out of bounds. Clock stops. 12 seconds to play. 2nd and 9. Now 3rd and 9, excuse me.
Right.
3rd and 9, Ontario, and the ball at their own 48-yard line. They trail 31-0. Mansfield Senior's defense has just been incredible,
It's been
sideline
dominant.
to sideline.
It's one word. It's dominant. I mean, that's really all you can say. They've been dominating.
All right, back to pass. Bodpin Miller's going to step up, pressure on, got hit as he unloads. Pass is going to be knocked in the air and intercepted. Knocked up and intercepted, and guess who? Amar Davis did it again. Intercepts the ball at the Ontario 46-yard line. Erik, that was incredible.
Look at that.
Swatted the ball up in the air and then grabbed it out of midair.
Best athlete on the field, baby. And I'll tell you what, that's a game-saving tackle there by number 6 for the Warriors, Trey King, because I'll tell you what, that's a great job. He, batted it to himself, Aaron. So they got 4 seconds. Listen, Duke Reese can get this ball to the end zone. I got a 6'5 receiver, I got a 6'3 receiver, and I got a 6'1 receiver. I'm letting him go get it. I'm finding Lala.
And
just, hey, Lala, you and Bradley, here we go, baby. I'm throwing it up to you. We got 22 down here. We got them both on the same side. Oh, and by the way, then you got the fastest cat on the field, Amar Davis, sitting at your number 3 spot, and he's going to attack the middle of the field. This is one of those things Ontario might even know it's coming. Doesn't matter. We got genetic freaks all over the place down here for Mansfield.
And Nate Disputes got their second most touchdowns receiving. Duke Reese going to throw it to Lala on the left side. Caught at the 30. Penalty marker will come out. Clock will expire, and he'll be tackled by 3 Warriors in on the stop for Ontario. Good job there by Drew Barnes.
I think they're going to call Amar Davis for a hold out there after the catch. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just grip it and rip it, man.
Yeah, I kind of expected Duke Reese to drop back, let everybody get down near the goal line, and then heap that baby. Offensive pass interference. So, that surprised us.
Yes. Well, just the ball was already caught. It was a hold. But I don't know if it was offensive pass interference. It doesn't matter. It's a moot point. We're going to halftime. Here we go.
We have reached halftime in 2 quarters that have been flat out dominated by Mansfield Senior. At halftime, Tygers 31, Ontario Warriors nothing. We'll step aside. The Ohio News Network coming up here on WMAN. The OH Report will have the marching bands on the field. Some great halftime entertainment, and we'll be back and run down some first half numbers in just a moment. Opening round of the high school football playoffs and the first ever meeting on the gridiron between Mansfield Senior and Ontario at halftime. Mansfield Senior 31, Ontario nothing. We'll take a break. You're listening to high school football on WMAN.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
We are a church that gathers together, that builds up and reaches out. It grows together because we're all on a journey of faith. We don't slow down, give up, or rest. We don't stay within these walls. No, we pursue strategic impact in our world, in our communities, and it's not stopping anytime soon. So when we say we're a church that feels like family, we're not being exclusive. We're talking about you. At our church, you aren't just a number. We are for you. We are with you. You are invited to be a part of something bigger, something greater, something eternal, making a difference for the gospel alongside people who are for you. We aren't called to sit on the sidelines. We're called to join together to make Jesus known. Join us at Crossroads Church.
Please visit us at crossroadsbar.com for service times and locations.
If you're looking for the best pre-owned vehicles in Ontario, then stop by New Haven Auto Sales today and let my dad, Craig Underwood, the car guy, help you into the car, truck, or SUV that fits your lifestyle and budget. Hi, I'm Carter Underwood, and we specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles and unmatched customer service. We also pride ourselves in our competitive prices and variety of financing options. We're New Haven Auto Sales, 3690 Park Avenue West, Ontario. Visit newhavenautosales.com.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report. What's up, America? Brian Skoronsky here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
Tonight's last song plays on Broadway's longest running Gothic opera, which will close its doors in 2023. Sit back and enjoy Andrew Lloyd Webber's timeless masterpiece, The Phantom of the Opera.
Tell Cam to come after the game. No, you hit that.
Trying to get you.
Let's go. He is strong, young man. John, let's go.
Tigers hands ready. Smart in. So, typically hard to like tell them to take one time for you. Yeah, I'm gonna tell them keep. Yeah. Yeah, is she in the sixth something? Okay. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
One, two, three, four.
You want this right now? Yeah, Dory?
Here's the Tiger Band. Fine. Good. Good. Good.
Today, Lucy's office says her husband underwent successful surgery to repair a skull fracture. Lucy was attacked by a man with a hammer at their San Francisco home this morning. And a political analyst, Mary Gersten, says the attack couldn't have been at a worse time for the House Speaker, Chief. Country, raising money, and one of the Democratic candidates who has to be very close race for the House. Early voting is breaking records in Boston, plus more than 13.8 million Americans in 44 states have cast early ballots at the November 8th midterm elections. And thus, it is having a positive impact. Big gains now surge more than 800 points as stocks close sharply higher. Brian Sharp, Mid-Ohio weather.
Welcome back to Arlin Field, where it is halftime, and it is all Mansfield Senior at the break. 31-0. They lead Ontario here in Week 11, the opening round of the high school football playoffs. Aaron Hines, Erik Will, WMAN, teaming up with our friends at the OH.REPORT, the Mansfield Senior Marching Band, putting on a nice performance here at halftime in that Tiger offense, Tiger defense, Tiger special teams put on a show too, my friend, in that first half.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, we'll talk about the yard differential, but the story to me is the defense. I mean, Mansfield's defense has just been absolutely dominating, and that's showing up in the stats. I mean, Erik, listen, Ontario has 2 first downs. They have 21 carries for 24 yards.
So a yard a carry, basically.
Yeah, basically a yard a carry. And then they have 1 for 6 in the air for 10 yards and 34 total yards. That's in 5 turnovers. Yeah, so that's just, I don't care who you're playing, that's never going to get it done. You know, if I just told you those stats, you would say, yeah, this is not a close game. Now let's go to the other side of the tail of the tape here. We've got Mansfield Senior with 9 first downs, 11 rushes for 111, 9 of 17 for 166 and a touchdown, 277, averaging almost 10 yards per play and over 10 yards per carry on the ground. And we're going to start with a running clock with only 1 turnover. So, you know, when you think about this, the way this game has gone, especially in the first quarter, the knock on both teams was slow starts. Mansfield nipped that in the bud tonight. They came out guns a-blazing, ready to go, pick 6 right out of the game. Second play of the game, pick 6. And ever since then, Mansfield has just been playing with their hair on fire, and Ontario's been trying to recover. So we'll see what happens here as we move forward. You know, and I'm going to be curious here because, you know, Mansfield's going to start with the ball here in the second half. And I want to see what
All right. Hello, everybody. Cameron Todd here with co-offensive coordinator Jalen Reese. Okay, Jalen, so the Tigers seem to be moving the ball strong at the end of the second half. I mean, at the beginning of the second half, but near the end, I think there was 3 consecutive punts. What do we need to do to get the chains moving and rolling going into the third quarter here?
We got to stay aggressive, number one. You can't let up just because we have a lead. And we got to finish the game, and move on to the next round.
Yeah, so going into this third quarter, what are you looking to see out of, some of the wide receivers? Are you looking to see them block a little more, or what are we doing? Just adjust better communication with the quarterback, or what's going on?
We want to get back to, you know, we're a ground and pound team. We want to be physical, get it back in our guys' hands in space, speed and space.
Speed and space here. Back up to you guys. Thank you.
Won the toss, deferred. And so they will start the third quarter. Senior High will with the football up 31-0. I got a couple more stats I want to throw out there, but go ahead.
No, I was going to say with their defense, I would defer every time. Yeah, you have an elite defense. You run your defense out there and say, "Let's go."
So you did total yards, 277 Mansfield Senior, just 34 for Ontario. But you know what else stands out to me? And you know, when I go and look at the stats, Mansfield Seniors ran 28 plays.
Right, total.
Total. Ontario's ran 27, so virtually the same amount of plays. But how about Mansfield Senior? 31 points in 10 minutes of possessing the football, and your defense scored.
Well, Aaron, your defense scored, and you have to understand, that's why people will argue time of possession is one of the most overrated stats.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're giving up big plays. Because if I go 3 plays at 60 yards, my time of possession might be 45 seconds. So that stat goes out the window as soon as you start figuring out, you know, how the tail of the tape and how the game's won and big plays and all that stuff. So right now, Mansfield's just dominating the game, and Ontario's got to do everything they can to try to be more competitive and play with a little bit more pride here in the second half.
We're a little over a minute away from the start of the third quarter. Scoring summary, Mansfield Senior started this game on about the second or third play of the game. Keontez Bradley, a 39-yard pick 6. He ran it back 7-0 Mansfield Senior at the 11:07 mark. Then Duke Reese on a 1-yard touchdown run at the 7:59 mark. Sean Putz, point after was good, 14-0 Senior High. And then Isaiah Darson darted to the house on a great run, 49 yards out at the 3:26 mark. Point after was good, made it 21-0 Mansfield Senior. Then Sean Putt booted. And by the way, that wrapped up the first quarter, 21-0 Mansfield Senior. Sean Putt then booted a 28-yard field goal at the 9:19 mark of the second quarter, made it 24-0 Mansfield Senior. And then it was a terrific, really athletic play by Amar Davis. Caught it on the sideline, made a spin move, and down the sideline he went, avoiding traffic into the end zone from 27 yards. Point after good at the 5:52 mark by Sean Punt, made it 31-0 Mansfield Senior here at the half. Now, I bring up this stat because the great John Davis downstairs keeps all kinds of great stats.
He does.
Mansfield Senior this season has started slow in the first quarter. They've only scored, entering tonight, 30 points all year in the first quarter. They scored 21 alone tonight.
Right.
With some help from their D.
Well, and that's just it, man. When your defense is giving you points, you're playing with so much confidence because then offensively, you can gamble a little bit knowing your defense isn't going to give anything up. So it allows your offense to play free. And another crazy stat is, listen, Ontario has 24 yards rushing. When you factor in the sack yardage, they should actually have, because Bodfin Miller has 7 carries for 14 yards because of sacks. Chase Studer actually has 8 rushes for 38 yards. That's not atrocious. You know what I mean? The problem is there's just so many TFLs and sacks that have really been working against Ontario. So, listen, make no mistake about it. With this clock running, Mansfield wants to put another score or two up to keep that clock running.
Mansfield only has, Erik, 11 carries, and they're almost at 170 yards rushing, so they've been really good. Kickoff, Ontario trying for the onside. It'll be recovered by Mansfield Senior. Leo Hess has been everywhere on special teams here tonight.
Leo Hess is like St. Nick, man. He sees you when you're naughty and you're nice, baby.
And he came up with the football, and Senior High will start with excellent field position at their own 45-yard line. We will have, by the way, a running clock to start this second half because it is better than a 30-point lead. It is 31-0 Mansfield Senior. That clock will only stop on a timeout or a change of possession unless it goes under 30 points. And Ontario will jump into the neutral zone again. If they're going to get Hensley again on that left side.
I think that's his second or third one of those, man.
At least second.
Well, and here's the thing. You're right over top of the ball. Just look at the ball. Listen, that's your signal. When that ball moves, you move.
So Mansfield Senior will now have the ball at midfield. 1st and 5, the 50. Reese in the pistol with Ricky Mills behind him. 3 wide receivers. Mills will now move to the left. In motion, Keontae Bradley. They'll pitch him the football. It's a pass. He gets the corner. Look at that speed. Inside the 40. He'll be shoved out of bounds. Good job there by Braylon Wilson, the defensive back for Ontario. Holman Kitchen supply first down and put him down at the Warrior 37-yard line. He goes 13 yards like a bolt of lightning off that right corner.
Yeah, I like that play there, and good job there getting my JYD out there on the block, kind of leading the way there.
Ricky Mills,
yeah. I really enjoy watching the complexity of his game.
1st and 10, handoff, and right there to take Ricky Mills down, knifing in was Raven Skelton, the sophomore D-line, 5'9", 250. He came flying. Ontario has not had a lot of negative plays on defense. They got one there, a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's a great job there, a slip in between. He's the shade there, so which means he's on the outside shoulder of the center. He slipped right through and met Ricky Mills right there in the hole, man. So that's a big-time TFL, too, right there. That's a 2-3-yard loss.
2 yards, 2nd and 12, back to the 39-yard line of Ontario for Mansfield Senior, leading 31-0 here early stages of quarter number 3. A slant over the middle. And timing not there as he was going. Reese was for Nate Dismuke. And that'll be incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 12. And Duke Reese has made some good throws tonight, but he's also missed some tonight.
And Aaron, you're bringing up a great point. That's what I was getting ready to say is, as you go through this game, and listen, we have just smothered Mansfield with love tonight, but the reality is, Mansfield's going to go as far as that left arm of Duke Reese, and he needs to be more consistent with his accuracy. He's just not quite consistent enough.
3rd and 12, back to pass. Hit as he throws, and the ball nearly intercepted. He had Nate Dismuke and Lala Owens, but there were 3 Warriors there. Somebody got a paw on it, incomplete. But I'll tell you what, Duke Reese got hit right as he unloaded that football.
I'm a little bit surprised because they're going to bring out their punting unit that Mansfield hasn't ran the ball. I mean, listen, I think you should still throw the ball, but I'm kind of surprised that they're just going 3 straight passes. They picked up, 12, 13 yards on the jet sweep.
Yeah, 13
yards, and then they come back and throw 3 straight passes. Now, don't get me wrong, work on your pass game. You need to do that. But also, man, mix that run and get behind that O-line, man. Get some confidence with those guys. You're going to need that moving forward.
Sean Putt's going to come into punt. We normally see him on field goals. He's going to boot one down there. Oh, in the senior high I think a guy on special teams, it was Isaiah Darson. His momentum at the goal line pulled him one way. The ball hopped the other, and it goes into the end zone. He was going to down it at the 1, and the ball just kind of hopped to his right, and he missed it.
Right.
Sean Putt looked like he was going to pin Ontario deep. Watch this ball take a hop to the right.
Oh.
His body was taking him to the inside. It'll roll into the end zone. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20-yard line.
Kicked a little bit too much for him there. Wasn't able to react to it. So starting on the 20-yard line, clock moving, man. I'll tell you what, it's amazing how fast that clock moves.
Almost 4 minutes gone
already.
into the third quarter. 8:11 to play here in the third. 31-0 Mansfield Senior, Ontario first and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Bodpin Miller going to make a man miss across the 30. Hits the 40. He'll be tackled by Deontay O'Brien at the 41-yard line. And to my knowledge, the longest
play
gain of the night for Ontario. 21 yards on a home and supply first down.
Hey, there you go, man. Get that jet sweep going. Come back with your little quarterback power. Get that misdirection. That requires that backer. Listen, if you're that Sam backer right there, if you're Bradley, if that guard leaves, you got to go. They were just anticipating that jet sweep. Don't watch the backfield. Watch the offensive line.
First and 10, Ontario. The ball at their own 41-yard line. 7.5 to play here in the third. They trail 31-0. Opening round of the playoffs. Handoff, Drew Yetter. He will meet an orange jersey, a wall of orange jerseys. As, let's see, in on the tackle, Makai Bradley. Also in there, Leo Hess, who's been involved in a lot here tonight. But Makai Bradley's been big time.
Yes.
No gain to the 41-yard line. And I know we still have most of the second half to go, but my friend, I feel like tonight, this may be the first game you and I have ever done where both of our awards may go to guys on defense.
Yeah, I can't believe it, man. And not only that, but especially those two middle backers. Bradley and Leo Hess have just played lights out today.
Yeah, they've been really, really good. Ontario will hand the football off. Chase Studer running him down is Aaron Thornton, but good job right there by Studer, able to drag him across the 45 and out near the 46-yard line. So 5 yards. It looked like he was only going to have a yard or two.
Right.
Good strength by Studer, bringing up a third and manageable, about 5 yards to go.
Yeah, and Ontario here going with a little bit of tempo out of this empty look.
All right, 4 wide receivers to the line, their own 46-yard line. 3rd and 5 with 6:23 to play in the third. Again, 31-0 Senior High opening round of the playoffs. Winner gets Cloverleaf or Defiance next week. Defiance was leading at halftime 35-14. If that stands and Senior High wins, that game would be here at Arlin Field next Friday. Bodpin Miller will take the snap, and he will go nowhere. Aaron Thornton and others will grab him at the line of scrimmage, and he will go down. Aaron Thornton, I tell you what, Leo Hess came out of there with the ball, but they'll have forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. And that Tiger defense, Erik, they are just right in every gap on almost every play for Ontario.
Yeah, there's 8 run gaps, and they've accounted for every one of them. And not only that, they're not getting knocked out of that gap, because sometimes you can get creased, and that's when you get a big play. So Mansfield does a nice job of playing aggressive to the ball.
4th and 4, Ontario. Looks like they'll go for it. Down 31-0, 5.5 to play here in the third. 4th and 4 from their own 47-yard line. Give him 1 yard of forward progress. Bodpin Miller back to pass. Nowhere to go. Steps up, and he'll be grabbed. And they're going to turn it over on downs. Grabbing him right there, Makai Bradley, and also in on the stop was Samir Phillips. 6'1", 240, nose tackle. He's a junior. He'll be back next year. A 1 yard loss, and Ontario turns it over on downs at their own 46-yard line.
Talk about getting home. That's what people talk about, getting home. Getting home means get to the quarterback. And I'll tell you what, that was a 5-man run. That was a 5-man. So they had their 4 down linemen. They brought a backer. And it looked like they brought 7, Aaron.
Well, I want to describe this. If you're listening on the radio, you're watching on the OH report. When Bodpin Miller, the penalty marker was just thrown on the near side, when Bodpin Miller drops back to pass, there's virtually no time. Erik, that pocket is collapsing on him instantly. He just has no time.
Listen, it's equivalent in the shotgun. When you take a step and a pop, that's equivalent to like what would be a 3-step drop for people who remember the game back when quarterbacks actually went under center. It's equivalent to a 3-step drop. And so when he puts that foot down, I mean, literally, there's a guy coming, a second guy, a third guy.
Mansfield Senior will run the football, handoff to Zion Brown, and he'll work his way up the field for a couple, in 45 down near the 44-yard line. Give him 3. Good job for Ontario. 8 on the stop that time.
Yeah, Braylon Boone was around it. I saw that, but he didn't actually make the tackle.
Make the tackle.
Right. I think it was your outside backer that way.
It was on the tackle was Justin Douglas, I believe. 6'2", 225 senior on the near side. I can see him here. Waiting until he turned. Yes, wearing number 56. He made that stop, but Braylon Boone got a hand on him as well. So 2-yard gain. 4 minutes left here in the third. Senior High up 31-0. Quick pass right side of Mar Davis. Caught. Good, sure tackle right away by the Ontario defensive back. It went to Amar Davis. And I'll tell you what we've called tonight. He's made some good plays. Quentin Frankhouse, the junior DB for Ontario, right on top of the 41.
Yeah, listen, you got to pick your poison there. You're not going to press an Amar Davis. He's faster than you are, so that's good defense. So he plays off about 6-7 yards, but as soon as the ball's caught, he rallies up and tackles. That's the stopping the yak that people talk about, that yards after catch. So making it now a 3rd and 5.
This quarter is flying by.
Yes,
3:20 left in the third. Nobody scored. 31-0 Mansfield Senior. 3rd and 5 at the Ontario 41. 3 wide receivers. They'll fake the handoff. Reese going to roll to the near side. Pressure coming. Sidearm. He throws it. Right through the hands of Ricky Mills, who was going to catch it at the 31 and probably get a good chunk of yards up the field. Who knows? Maybe a big play, but it goes through his hands.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
And incomplete.
That's a great throw. He's on the run, working to the left. It throws a perfect pass. Ricky Mills has got to catch that ball, help his QB
and he
out.
Probably does 9 times out of 10.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And you know what? I think Chokey's in a situation here where it's 4th and 5. You're on Ontario's 41. Listen, there's no way you feel under any circumstance like Ontario can score on your defense. Does that make sense? That's why this decision's being made. Chokey's saying, let's go ahead and go for this. We're not going to send the punt team out. And they're going to talk about it right now. But I think it's a good call for Chokey. The way his defense is playing, like I said, you could spot the ball right now on their own 20 and feel good you're coming away with no points the way that defense is dialed in right now.
Timeout Mansfield Senior. We'll keep it right here. 2:27 to play. Third quarter, 31-0. Mansfield Senior on top of Ontario. 4th and 5. Tigers. The ball at the Ontario 41-yard line. After the game, we'll hand out the game changer courtesy of Spitzer Motors. T-shirt coming from the guys down the street. Love their high school football at the home of Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, and Spitzer Kia. Great vehicles right down the road here in Ontario. And also after the game, we'll hand out some free pizza from the Heck Law offices and some Giannino's. So we'll do that after the game. And I'm telling you right now, Senior High, they've been really good in all 3 phases, but that defense, to me, is getting a couple awards, and I wish we had about 5 because there's 5 guys worthy
you
on
almost hand out 11 pizzas.
Yeah. They all deserve to eat some pizza after this one. Mansfield Senior going for it, and the pass going to be knocked down. Back to pass. Duke Reese, his pass into the line. Somebody got a hand on it, knocks it down, and Senior High turns it over on downs. And that Warrior defense able to stand up and get the football back at their own 41-yard line.
So there you go. They got the play there, match the hand, can't get into him, match the hand, knock the ball down. And, man, I'm telling you, he had Lala Jones, or Lala, help me out here.
Lala
Owens. Thank you, Jones. Lala Owens working across the middle on the right-hand side. He just read the wrong side of the defense. I'm telling you, Lala was wide open.
All right, 31-0 Senior High, 1:57 to play here in the third. Ontario will pitch it to Chase Studer, and nobody there but Mansfield Senior jerseys. And, boy, you may get a penalty after that. Braylon Boone was still blocking, and there won't be a penalty, but threw one of the Senior High players down. But it will be a tackle for loss back at the 34-yard line. About 3 guys back there. Leo Hess, one of the first guys back there to take him down.
That was supposed to be a halfback pass.
There wasn't time to develop,
there was no time. That's what I'm saying. I mean, this is like when you were a kid in the backyard, you snap the ball, except no one's counting to 1,001, 1,002.
2nd and 17, a 7-yard loss. Back at their own 34. Botman Miller's going to roll. Got some time to the near side. He'll throw it. Caught, complete. And the catch out of bounds. After he caught it, going out of bounds, Peyton Dugan, the junior wide receiver, put him down at the 45-yard line. That will be 9-yard throw and catch, bringing up a 3rd down and about 6 yards to go for Ontario. We'll get the ball at their own 45. Under a minute left here in the third. 50 seconds to play. 31-0 Mansfield Senior, a running clock here in the opening round of the high school football playoffs and the first ever meeting between these 2 schools in football. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Miller in the gun with Studer beside him. He'll fake the handoff, pitch it. It'll go to Floyd, and Floyd will go nowhere. 8 alive by Leo Hess and Aaron Thornton.
Man, there is nothing. I mean, there is absolutely nothing. Ontario, it does not. There is nothing in the playbook for 5 guys getting destroyed up. I mean, I'm just being honest. There's nothing in the playbook for 5 guys just getting absolutely eaten alive up front. Mansfield Senior is literally eating the offensive lineman of Ontario up. And it's been a long time since I've seen domination where it literally almost doesn't matter what's called. You can forget about it. Mansfield's going to get them.
3-yard loss, and that'll take us to the fourth quarter. After 3, Mansfield Senior 31, Ontario nothing. Back in a minute. You're listening to high school football on WMAN.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Back at Arlin Field as we start the fourth quarter, Ontario will punt the football on 4th and 9, and the return man really nowhere to return. Good coverage by the Ontario Warriors down the field.
At least he fielded it. You know, Aaron, that's always my big thing is letting that thing hit and roll. At least Bradley fielded that. Now, clock's still running here. See what Mansfield comes out and wants to do. Listen, I still think you want to establish that ground game a little bit. Get out of here feeling good behind that O-line, heading into what looks to be Defiance right here next week.
Yeah, we'll give you an update. Defiance up big on Lodi. That is the 13 playing the 4, and Defiance up like 49-14. I'll give you an official update in a moment. Mansfield Senior 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. They'll throw the football. Keontae Bradley caught it on the far side. Multiple spin moves on the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he got back to the line, did he?
No, he lost the yard.
Yeah.
Good job by the pursuit there, that Ontario Warrior defense. That's the way he's worked from inside out. That's a great job making him learn. He made a guy or two miss, but the pursuit got him. And that's why you talk about that 1 of 11 getting to the football.
All right, right now we can tell you, well, actually, hang on. I don't have an update. I thought I did. Defiance leading 49-14 over Cloverleaf in the third quarter. A long way to go, but looking so close to Mansfield Senior having a second home playoff game next week if they can finish this one off, and Defiance hangs on. Mansfield Senior, Duke Reese back to pass. He'll throw it near side, caught. Again, Keontae Bradley across the 30-35, and he'll go down at the 37-yard line. That's a 14-yard throw and catch. A Home and Kitchen Supply first down, and they move the chains with 10.5 to play in the game. 31-0 Senior High. And you mentioned, Erik, you had a big first half lead. You want momentum into week 12.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to go into week 12 sloppy. I'm just telling you. You want to be crisp for the entire 4 quarters.
Hand off, Zion Brown. Good cutback up the middle across the 40, 45, and he'll be tackled at around the 46-yard line. Good job on the stop by DB Braylon Wilson, the junior for Ontario. But another first down for Mansfield Senior on back-to-back plays.
That's a nice play call there. And see, that right there is stretch. So what that does is your linemen are working directly to the left, and then you create a crease and let your back run it. I love it.
12 first downs for Mansfield Senior. They'll pitch the ball near side to Zion Brown, and he is swallowed up by Braylon Boone, who got both hands on him, rolled into the turf at the line of scrimmage. No gain on a terrific play by Ontario's top defensive lineman.
Well, and here's the thing. Braylon Boone has actually played fairly well both sides because he is blocking fairly well on the offensive line. I mean, as well as you can against this front. But defensively, he has done some nice things. He's made quite a few tackles. Nice play right there. He's playing hard.
Mansfield Senior, 2nd down and 10, handoff Zion Brown, spun out of a tackle from Chase Studer, who had him at the line of scrimmage. You thought at first, and he'll work his way out near midfield. He'll be tackled for about a 4-yard gain. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Senior High again, the ball right at midfield. Under 9 to play. This second half is just flying with a running clock. 31-0 Senior High. High school football on WMAN, driven by the Buckeye Superstore. State Route 39 in Shelby, home of the Low Payment Kings. Buckeye Superstore.com. Duke Reese in the pistol with the back behind him. Isaiah Darson. 2 wide receivers, 1 out each way. As he calls for the football, they will fake the handoff. Reese going to roll left.
Just run it.
And he's going to run inside Ontario territory, and he'll get out of bounds just shy of the 45-yard line. It was Stauffer, the junior DB for Ontario, that was angling in pursuit. They'll say steps out of bounds at the 47, so just a 3-yard gain.
He's a 3 yards short of the first down.
4th and 3 coming up for Mansfield Senior.
Looks like they're going again.
Gonna go again.
Yeah, why not? Like I said, why not?
Keontez Bradley and Ricky Mills in. Darson, Amar Davis head out. Clock reads 8 minutes even to play in the game. 31-0 Tigers. That was the score at halftime. Nobody scored here in the second half. This time Reese under center. They'll move a man in motion. Keontez Bradley. They'll pitch the football to the near side. Ricky Mills. Good block by Keontez Bradley. Springs him to the outside. Got a first down inside the 40. He'll be tackled by Braylon Boone at the 39-yard line. Keontez Bradley with a nice kick-out block on the right side.
Yeah, great job there. I like the play design there. So they overloaded the right. They sent the receiver in motion from left to right, got the extra blocker. He kicks out the DB, and the rest is just playing downhill. That's a nice-looking play right there. Then you get the big boy out there, rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling, that offensive tackle out there for the TY Tigers. Couldn't find anybody to hit out there.
13th first down for Mansfield Senior. 1st and 10 at the Warrior 39-yard line. Up 31-0. Just over 7 to play here in the football game. Trying to reach week 12 in the second round of the playoffs. Reese will fake the run.
Nice tackle.
Roll to the left and a great tackle.
Bodpin.
I believe that was Bodpin, right? Yeah.
Bodpin Miller on that.
He played
great
some
tackle.
defensive back last week at Shelby. Had an interception in the second half. He flies up in the secondary and makes a tackle at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
I'll tell you what, man, you got to love it. I love that dude, 150 pounds at 6'3", 6'4". The old, as I said last week, the Slim Reaper, man. That's what he does. He makes plays like that. He is a good ball player. I mean, that kid's got a tremendous future ahead of him. Just a sophomore, offensively, defensively, has a live arm. Obviously, tonight not going the way that he would want, but that kid's a competitor. He's a good basketball player. He's gonna be a really good football player for them.
And he got injured last year. He would have started as a freshman. Handoff, Isaiah Darson. Speaking of good sophomores, inside the 30, 25. He'll be slammed to the turf at the 23-yard line. He darts for 16 yards. Another first down. And Erik, you can see why they're so excited about this sophomore.
Well, he's got a little bit more oomph behind him. He's got the twitch, but he's also at 180, 185 pounds. So there's a little bit more. A little bit more, as they say, in the football world, butt coming with it. Just a lot more guy there to tackle.
1st and 10 at the Ontario 24-yard line for Mansfield Senior. 5:45 to go in the football game. They're up 31-0. Pitch. Darson right side. Got a block inside the 20. 15 tackled and around the 13-yard line. Up to make the stop was Chase Stauffer. Put him down on the 12. Another first down, a dozen on that carry.
Love this drive. Getting behind the offensive line, running your stuff here, getting that offensive line to feel good about this situation so your offense has a positive note. Because, Aaron, listen, right now it's 0-0 in the second half. So if Mansfield were to put one up here, you can at least say, hey, listen, we've won both halves. That's going to be important. I'll tell you, you say those things as coaches. It matters.
You said finish strong. Mansfield Senior 1st and 10. Handoff right up the middle. Darson follows his blocker inside the 5. His blocker, I think, was Makai Bradley, who was leading him like a bulldozer down to the 3.
Yep, absolutely. Man, I'll tell you what. And then Makai Bradley literally tabletopped that safety, man. I tell you what, he got rolled up back in the end zone. And this is where Mansfield, this starts to become, Ricky Mills time. I know they don't have him in right now, but, I think they went back with Zion.
They are Zion Brown. 2nd and 1 from the 3. Handoff. Zion Brown makes a man miss left side. He'll get near the 1. Drive in the pile. Is he in? No, but it's 1st and goal at the 1.
Right. 1st and goal at the. I think, matter of fact, I think he's like at the 6-inch line.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the inch line. Good run.
Yes, it was.
By Zion Brown and Ricky Mills. Speaking of your guy.
Yeah, you got to get him in there, man.
Trotting on the field. I think Zion Brown wants
Zion
a
Brown's like,
touchdown.
man, just give me one more carry, coach. Man. But, yeah, this is Ricky Mills' territory right now.
First and goal at the 1. 4:05 to play in the game. Handoff, Ricky Mills. He bulldozes in. Touchdown, Mansfield Senior, putting that exclamation point in a trip to Week 12 in the second round. 37-0 TY Tigers.
Yeah, this has just been, that's going to be the exclamation point on a dominating effort for the Tigers, offensively, defensively, even special teams. They've just played really, really well tonight. They've earned this victory. The MOAC in general right now is kind of getting beat around. I think Clear Fork's going to be the only one to come out with a win. At least that's the way that it looks. The OCC is also making a good showing. Obviously, Ashland's kind of, Ashland's not enjoying their time up in Toledo, Central Catholic. But most of the OCC schools are playing pretty strong, though.
All right, point after by Sean Putt. Up and good, just like Miller and Auto Parts. We'll take a break. 4:01 left. 38-0 Mansfield Senior over Ontario. Back in a minute. You're listening to High School Football on WMAN.
If you're looking for the best pre-owned vehicles in Ontario, then stop by New Haven Auto Sales today and let my dad, Craig Underwood, the car guy, help you into the car, truck, or SUV that fits your lifestyle and budget. Hi, I'm Carter Underwood, and we specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles and unmatched customer service. We also pride ourselves in our competitive prices and variety of financing options. We're New Haven Auto Sales, 3690 Park Avenue West, Ontario. Visit newhavenoutosales.com.
I'm Travis Big League Berardi. Catch me every week with my Country Roads rankings. We'll go over the small school top 10 football schools here in the area.
Back at Arlin Field in Mansfield, as a lot of happy faces in the press box for Mansfield Senior. And the toughest job for broadcasters, we don't have enough awards for all these great players who have played so well here tonight.
Yeah.
That's the conversation.
It is.
During the break, so many guys have played so well. And I'll tell you what, you, in my mind, 5 to 7 guys on the senior high defense, you really could say,
well, even
have made a huge
listen,
impact.
the offense hasn't been chump change tonight. You know what I mean? They've done a nice job as well, and I really love that last drive. And they're just, when you have a dominating effort like this, it's tough to just pick out one guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Kickoff after the touchdown, fielded by Ontario. They'll start at their own 32-yard line. Drew Yetter will run. We haven't called that name a lot here tonight. Nobody on the ground has had a lot of success for Ontario. Yetter, couple of yards. Out to the 34. 38-0 Mansfield Senior. 3:24 to go in the football game. Defiance up big on Lodi. Cloverleaf, 49-14. Second half. If that holds true, Senior High would host Defiance here next Friday night. Handoff, Ontario. Drew Yetter again carrying the football. There's our boy Leo Hess, Samir Phillips, and guess who? Makai Bradley.
Right.
All right there to take him down.
Well, and once again, Keontae Bradley came in as well from his safety spot to finish him off.
How about both Bradleys?
Yeah.
Keontae Bradley had the pick 6 to start the party. Makai Bradley's been disruptive all night. Leo Hess, Ricky Mills. And now we're going to get an offsides on Mansfield Senior on 3rd and 4. So Ontario's going to get a first down here.
Yeah, Ontario's going to get the first down, and they're going to move the chains. And
it is only.
I don't think Ricky Mills agrees with it.
It's only their 4th first down of the game.
And that's on a penalty.
Yeah,
there.
so they've had 3 that they've earned on the defense.
Right.
How about that?
That's right.
And
how about
Erik,
this?
They're still under 70 yards for the game.
Yeah, I was ready to say 37 plays for 67 yards. I mean, you're basically 2 yards a play.
1st and 10. Botpin Miller back to pass from the 43. Pressure is on. He keeps pump faking. There's nobody there. He'll just throw it out of bounds into the first row of the stands. There was pressure coming. Good job by Mansfield Senior. Samir Phillips again in hot pursuit. He's only a junior.
Yeah.
He'll be back next year.
Yes, he will.
Clock under 2 to play in the game. 1:55 to be exact. 38-0 Mansfield Senior. It's pretty safe to say they'll improve to 9-2 on the year, and they'll reach Week 12 in the second round of the high school football playoffs. Defiance or Lodi Cloverleaf next Friday night.
gosh.
Back to pass. Bodpin Miller, nowhere to go. Step up and elude and just got destroyed. Makai Bradley was the name of that semi. The middle at the 42-yard line. I'm just glad everybody's okay.
Holy smokes. Well, first off, he was being chased like a dog, like a mailman trying to get out of the neighborhood. The dogs chase him. And then as soon as he makes the cut, Bradley just lays him down.
Incredible. 1:13 to go in the football game. 3rd and 11. Ontario, the ball is at their own 42-yard line. 38-0 senior high. Bodpin Miller in the gun. In motion, he'll hand the football. Drew Yetter working to the near side and flying up to tackle him just across the 45-yard line for Mansfield Senior. That was Dylan McGinty, the junior. And forward progress stopped at the 46-yard line. Under a minute left, 48 seconds. At least one more play to come in this one. And Mansfield Senior's defense,
dominated.
They've given maximum effort from play one to now.
That's correct.
That level has not dropped one bit.
Got a 4th down here. This, like you said.
4th and 6. Ball at their own 47 for Ontario. 27 seconds to play. Back to pass. Bodpin Miller throws it. Right side caught. Out there by Dylan Floyd. He'll have a home and kick. 1st down. Giante O'Brien on the tackle. 1st down moves the chains. They're 5th on the night. 11 seconds to play. They're going to hustle to the line down to 8. The ball at the senior high 46-yard line. Bodpin Miller with 4, with 3 in the gun. Final snap of the game. Back to pass. He'll be knocked down by Leo Hess to end the football game in really fitting fashion. Mansfield Senior ends the game on a sack. Leo Hess flies in, exclamation point, TY Tigers. Erik, did they roar?
They did.
In the opening round?
How about my man? I love it, man. I'm telling you, man. I love Ricky Mills. The dude, he was coming in. He doesn't get the sack. But my man, Bodpin Miller, lost a couple of articles of clothing. Ricky Mills picks him up, gives him a hug, says, great game. And here's your license plate. It just fell off. I love it.
Mansfield Senior absolutely dominates in the opening round of the playoffs. We will wrap it up next. Final score. Senior high on to week 12. They defeat Ontario in the first ever meeting between the schools. Final score, Mansfield Senior 38. Ontario nothing. We'll wrap it up next. You're listening to high school football on WMAN.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
We are a church that gathers together, that builds up and reaches out. It grows together because we're all on a journey of faith. We don't slow down, give up, or rest. We don't stay within these walls. No, we pursue strategic impact in our world, in our communities, and it's not stopping anytime soon. So when we say we're a church that feels like family, we're not being exclusive. We're talking about you. At our church, you aren't just a number. We are for you. We are with you. You are invited to be a part of something bigger, something greater, something eternal, making a difference for the gospel alongside people who are for you. We aren't called to sit on the sidelines. We're called to join together to make Jesus known. Join us at Crossroads Church.
Please visit us at crossroadsbar.com for service times and locations.
If you're looking for the best pre-owned vehicles in Ontario, then stop by New Haven Auto Sales today and let my dad, Craig Underwood, the car guy, help you into the car, truck, or SUV that fits your lifestyle and budget. Hi, I'm Carter Underwood, and we specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles and unmatched customer service. We also pride ourselves in our competitive prices and variety of financing options. We're New Haven Auto Sales, 3690 Park Avenue West, Ontario. Visit newhavenautosales.com.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
And a 38-0 opening round playoff win over Ontario. And you may not have heard at home, they were just singing happy birthday, Coach Bradley. They gave him a huge birthday gift here.
Yes, they did.
With an impressive performance.
Yeah, 38-0, running clock, total domination. Now I know we're gonna run down these stats, but man, I tell you what, just unbelievably impressed with the TY Tigers. And Coach Bradley celebrating on that Tiger out front there, and it's all of his players dancing around with him. I know there's some alumni back here as well celebrating with Coach Bradley. And not only was he one of the all-time greats as far as a player, he comes back here and he's also the greatest statistically as far as overall wins. He's the greatest coach ever. He's the winningest coach.
He's almost to win 100. Yeah. 91 here tonight. Mansfield Senior, very impressive. 38-0. Let's jump in.
Let's get it.
And give you some stats, Eric. It's all you here, but the glaring number is Mansfield Senior was working their way toward 400. Ontario was in the low 70s.
Yeah, so we had first downs, Ontario with 5, Mansfield with 16. So, I mean, it's amazing the tale of the tape, what the story it tells. And passing yards, 25 for Ontario. That's just crazy coming in. 194 for Mansfield. Rushing yards, this is definitely going to tell the story because we knew coming in that Ontario averaged, 210 a game? And they come out of here with 47 today. Mansfield with 175. So Mansfield actually adding to the domination on the run game defense. Total yardage, 72 yards for Ontario, 369 for Mansfield. Turnovers, 5 for Ontario, 1 for Mansfield. And then the penalties were even. The penalty yards were 33-20. Mansfield had a few more of those, but obviously that didn't matter with the outcome. And, Aaron, when you look at all of the stats to this game, it showed, that leads to a 38-0 score. And it literally, I'm talking the opening kickoff until this thing hit triple zeros in the fourth quarter, it was domination by Mansfield. In the second play of the game with Keontae Bradley baiting Bodfin Miller into that interception, it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, I know you look at it, we'll hand out awards as we put a wrap on our post-game show here tonight. It's brought to you by the Reinhardt Insurance Agency, Mansfield's trusted agency, and Mansfield Senior rolls here tonight 38-0 in the opening round of the football playoffs. But you said it, a lot of times in a game, something kind of gets you rolling. Something sparks things. In the second play of the game, Keontez Bradley with a 39-yard pick six. This place was already excited. They were already jumping up and down. Erik, that just kind of blew the roof off.
Well, it did. And it led to, not only did you get the interception, which you're already going to be in plus territory, then you take the thing to the house and you get yourself up 7-0, and there's barely 15, 20 seconds gone in the game. So that definitely set the tone for what we saw. And Mansfield was just spitting fire all day, man. I'm telling you, this just was not going to be a pretty night with the motivating play that Mansfield played with. And I thought that was spearheaded by Keontez Bradley amongst his friends. But his imprint on the game, he was the leading receiver. He also turns around and had his imprint all over with the tackles and the interception and the TFLs. He did a nice job from that safety spot.
We'll talk about some of the other guys too, but Leo Hess, Makai Bradley, among others, who played really well tonight. Yeah, you mentioned, Darson, Mills, Zion Brown ran the ball well. Duke Reese had some nice throws. I know he missed some, you mentioned.
Yeah, that's right.
But he threw the football well.
He did.
Amar Davis, when you think about Erik, you watched the night that Amar Davis had a couple of interceptions, and you think about it, they had 5 takeaways in the first half.
Right, and Amar Davis, like you said, he had the one catch that was a nice play on the touchdown. Davis had the 27-yard catch, and I believe it was on was that a 4th and long or a 3rd and long?
3rd and long, I think, and he caught it on the sideline, spin move, and went down the sideline.
So that was a nice play. But yeah, I mean, getting back to your point, defense, it didn't matter really what Mansfield did offensively tonight because of the domination of the defense of the Tygers. And, that travels. No matter where you go, no matter where you play, no matter who you play, if you're going to get that kind of a defensive effort, you're going to be in it at the end. Didn't even give up any points tonight to Goose Egg, and I know Coach Adams and Coach Bradley, they want to see that. They want to see nothing on that scoreboard. And not only that, but, Aaron, they only gave up 72 total yards of offense.
By the way, they allow 82 a game rushing. In Ontario, what'd you tell me, in the 40s?
Yeah.
47?
47 yards.
Think about that.
Cut it in half.
Yeah, about cut it in half.
Right.
Just tremendous. And we're going to break away with the OH report. They're going to head down onto the field.
Yeah,
so
they're going to have some fun interviewing people, man.
We'll break away from them right now.
Great working with you guys tonight.
Right here, good. Can you see me? Can you see me? Do you see me? Okay. Okay. So yeah,
Am I good? Mechanics Bank, player of the game, Keontez Bradley here. 4 catches, 72 yards, and a 40-yard pick six, first play of the game. How'd that feel just opening the game with the crowd here? You have a local game, you have senior high, you have Ontario. 2 teams 5 minutes down the road from each other, meeting for the first time in history. You kicked it off with a pick six. How'd that feel?
It felt great, man. Anything I can do to make a play for my team and keep our legacy going, man. I've been watching a lot of film. I knew he was going to run a corner or a 10-yard out, and he decided to run a 10-yard out. I knew it. I was there, made a play, and set the tempo.
So first half, started up hot. That's usually how Tiger football goes. But as we know, it was good but could be better. What can we do next week and this week in practice to improve, to put together a full 4 quarters against the Hines next week?
We just got to come out the locker room with the same intensity that we do starting off the game. We just got to focus up, know that we are better than our opponent, and then just keep driving and keep beating them down until they don't even want to play anymore.
Right. So next week, Defiance home game. Let the people know what they're in for when they come to this game next week.
It's just a replay of the night, man. Replay of the night. Same shit, different date.
I got you. All right, brother. Thanks, Keontae.
Yep.
All right, walking around. Okay. Right here. We're here. Hey, we got the quarterback. We got starting quarterback right here, Duke Reese. Are we good? Are we live? We live? Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, are we good? All right. All right, so we got Duke Reese here, starting quarterback for TY Tigers. Duke, how does it feel to just complete a home playoff game in front of the crowd, especially when against your crosstown rivals 5 minutes down the road? How's that feel?
Feels good. We were just trying to go 1-0 for the week. So, we got it done.
1-0 for the week. All right, and next week we got Defiance. I asked the same question to Keontae because I love my TY Tigers. I want us to make a good playoff run. What do we need to do to put together a full 4 quarters of football?
It starts in practice, It starts tomorrow, actually, You got to be humble. We got to play our game.
So I seen a little bit in the second half. There was a little bit of miscommunication with the receivers, sometimes a little bit of routes. Just what's the attitude going into practice as it's playoff ball, so you don't have another chance if you lose your out. So what's the attitude going into practice for the rest of the week?
We just stay positive, Communication is key, so we do a lot of extra stuff just to get on that same page.
You got any shout-outs for the people out there?
My mom, what up?
All right, I love you, man. All right. Where is he? Where's he at? I don't know. Where'd he go? Oh, here he is. Choke. Here he is. You see me? I got him. I got the birthday boy. OH.REPORT birthday boy. Are we good? All right, yeah. So here with birthday boy. First of all, how's it feel to be 36 years old?
Oh man, feel wonderful, man. I feel young. Feel extremely young, man. 36 is a good number for me.
So another year starting the playoffs, home game, but apparently we get 2 now. We get 2 home playoff games in crazy back-to-back weeks. What does that mean to the community just to come out for week 11 and week 12 here to watch the Tigers go at it and playoff football?
Man, I love my city. I love Mansfield, man. Our kids are great. I love our kids. They come out, they play hard, man, and they created this opportunity. We controlled the controllables. We played well tonight, and because of that, we was able to dominate this game and get back here next week against Defiance.
Right. So me and you, we've been in this situation before, a little bit of the playoff run. So what does the team have to do off the field? Like everyone sees what we do on the field. We see them working hard. We see them blocking, passing, running. But like, what does it take off the field for them to really connect and pull this thing together for a playoff run?
Well, we gotta continue to be disciplined. Discipline is a whole thing, man, and it's not just on the field. We got to be disciplined in the classroom. We got to be disciplined in the school building. We got to be disciplined in the community, and we got to be disciplined in our preparation and practice and things of that nature. So, if we can continue to just stay disciplined as a football team, and each player on this team do their job, we stand a chance to be very successful.
Hey, that's a great Chokey Bradley said. All it takes is 100 yards of football. Thanks, Coach. Love you, man. Who? You want Makai? We want right here. You good? You go for an interview? Right here. Are we good? Right here we go. Makai Bradley, middle linebacker. How many tackles did he have? Can I get a stat check? On how many tackles he had? We got a stat check on how many tackles he had today. While we're waiting on that stat, anyway, how's it feel to open the season on a home playoff game? How's that feel knowing that you have another home playoff game next week?
It feels great. As a senior, I love playing at my home field. I get another game.
Okay, so I'm here 5 tackles, 3 solo, 2 assists, and then we said a sack. I think it was 2 sacks. All right, so next week, man, the defense was dialed in today. Shutout. What is the key to doing back-to-back shutouts, back-to-back home playoff games? How much would that mean for this team going into the playoffs?
That'd mean a lot. It means that we've been working hard in practice, and it shows. It shows, man. We've been working hard.
Right. So your experience in the playoffs, because obviously with my team, my senior year was your freshman year, there's a lot to do off the field as they're in on the field. What kind of leadership role are you going to take into the practice this week? Obviously going one game at a time. What are you going to do as a leader in practice to just establish the focus towards next week?
Just try to keep everybody's heads on, keep them focused up. Sometimes I try to get like a little rowdy. I just got to keep them focused up for this next week.
All right, Mekhi Bradley, you heard it here. Amar. Here.
I was gonna get the whole.
Right. You good? Where they at? Where the big boys at? Where the big boys? The lights shut out. Hurry up, get this interview. So we got Mar and Mel over here. All right, so first of all, the line was moving there. Y'all was running the ball well, running the ball first half, running the ball second half. What did y'all see out there that made you guys so confident in the run game?
We just knew we were stronger and more physical than them, and we wanted to take it to them.
And also, obviously, Duke was sitting back. He had all day to throw. You guys felt comfortable in the pocket. What do you guys need to do next week to bring that same comfort for Duke when he sits in the pocket to throw?
We need to bring that same energy as this week for Duke.
Yes, sir. All right, we got Amar right here. Amar, what? We got 2 picks and a touchdown, right? 2 picks? Man, you out here playing DB like me back in the day, man. All right, Amar, you was out there making plays, man. How does it feel just to know that the crowd is behind your back every time, and you are a playmaker that every team knows who you are, and they looking to throw away from you, or when you get the ball, I see the fear in their eyes, man. How does that feel knowing that you're an impact player?
It actually feels good. I mean, but when they do throw to my side, I take the chance.
So next week, the attitude, obviously, what are you going to do to prepare yourself for next week as you face Defiance at another home playoff game?
We did one-on-ones this week, so I'm going to do some more one-on-ones. My teammates get me better, and I just step up to the plate.
Yes, sir. All right. And the last thing is, there was a little bit of miscommunication with you and the quarterback. Would that just take like more time outside of practice before or after for you guys just to be locked in, just to keep the defense on their heels?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right, man. All right. I love you boys, man. Keep doing your thing. All right, brother. All right, OH.REPORT live on YouTube. Shout out to our sponsors. Thank you guys, man. See you guys here next week, I hope. I hope you guys are here next week.